Walker Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Springfield Drifters and your Portland Pickles. Woo! I'm your public address announcer, Joe Simons. Your on-field host tonight is the bold and the beautiful Jeremiah Conklin. How's it going down there, Jerry?
It's going pretty good. It's great.
Do we have our ceremonial first pitcher?
I believe so. Yeah, that's a yes.
Well, it is Simpsons night here at the ballpark, and our ceremonial first pitcher is former head writer and showrunner of The Simpsons. Get loud for Bill Oakley.
There's something in the bag. What could it be? Big donut ball.
Get loud for Bill Oakley. Come on.
There's big donut ball.
Oh, yeah.
Very on brand.
One more time for Bill Oakley. Bill's got an incredible social media presence, does those amazing fast food reviews. Love it, Bill. Great stuff.
Joe, do you call a donut with pink frosting and sprinkles a Simpsons donut?
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, cultural phenomenon. Part of the zeitgeist now.
It is now time to meet the starters for tonight's game. First for the visiting Springfield Drifters. Leading off and playing center field from University of Portland, number 19, Gage Bruce. Batting second and playing right from Lower Columbia Community College, number 30, Garrett Cooper. Batting third and playing third from University of Hawaii, number 24, Kedron Kinsey. Batting cleanup and playing short from Linfield, number 9, Elijah Maris. Batting fifth, the left fielder from University of Washington, number 41, Dylan Osborne. Batting sixth, the catcher from Bushnell, number 43, Nate Stevens. Batting seventh for Springfield, the first baseman from Cal State Northridge, number 10, Andrew Ghana. Batting eighth, the designated hitter from Bushnell, number 33, Dylan Carson. And batting ninth, the second baseman from University of Michigan, number 4, Cooper Mullins. Starting on the mound from Oregon State University, number 11, Chase Reynolds. The Drifters are managed by Alan Embry. Walker Stadium, are you ready to meet your Pickles? Lead off tonight on the hot corner from University of San Francisco, number 16, Patrick Egret. Batting second and playing right field from St. Mary's, number 15, Tanner Griffith. Batting third for the Picks and playing second from UC Davis, number 4, Alex Gouveia. Batting cleanup and patrolling center field from University of South Carolina, number 2, Dalton Mashel. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from University of Hawaii, number 18, Britton Beeson. Batting sixth and playing left from University of the Pacific, number 9, Tony Otis. Woo! Batting seventh and playing first from University of Hawaii, number 26, Kevin Evan Ferguson. Batting 8, your man behind the plate from Cal State Northridge. Number 20, Connor Stewart. Batting 9, your shortstop from University of Nevada. Number 3, Jack Mitchell. Starting on the bump for Portland from University of Northern Colorado. Number 99, Murphy Ginger. The Pickles are coached by Jordan Marcus, Brian Grant, and Griffin Williams. The associate head coach is Jim Humble. The Pickles are managed by Mark Magdaleno. At this time, we ask that if you are able to please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Hannah Demo. Wowza.
Hello and welcome to Walker Stadium. Knight Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon up here in Portland, Oregon. The Springfield Drifters return south of the border after spending last weekend in Edmonton. What a wild weekend it was for the Drifters. First, they had to get there a little bit late due to a lot of travel issues. They had to fly to Calgary after their flight to Edmonton was canceled. And then that flight was delayed. They had to bus up to Edmonton. Ended up playing 2.5 hours later than scheduled in game number 1. Game number 2 got canceled on Saturday. And then Sunday, everybody woke up to a text saying, hey, no game today, boys. Go back to bed. That was from Alan Embry at 7 in the morning after their game was originally scheduled for 10:30. Well, guess what? The team ended up playing later on that night. We did not have the call on the Drifters live stream, mainly because I didn't have a hotel that night in Edmonton. The games were canceled, and instead of waiting around all day in the smoke in Edmonton, we decided to hit the road and drive back here towards Oregon. And well, we were out of cell phone service, and by the time that they announced the games were back on later that night for 7:30 and then 9:30, a doubleheader, 7-inning games, we were way long gone and couldn't make it for those games. What a great time, though, out in Edmonton. The boys got to go out to the West Edmonton Mall, enjoy some of that. It was a very fun time. We thank you for joining us here today on the Drifters live stream. Knight Jarecki, happy to be with you. Gage Bruce leading things off, followed by Garrett Cooper, Kedron Kinsey, 1, 2, 3. Elijah Maris, Dylan Osborne, Nate Stevens, 4, 5, 6. Andrew Ghana, Dylan Carson, Cooper Mullen, 7, 8, 9. A couple of new faces in the lineup today for Springfield, facing off against Murphy Ginger. Ginger getting the start for the Portland Pickels here today. It is a warm afternoon, 79 degrees, a little bit cooler than that weather out in Edmonton the Drifters had this past weekend. Over 95 degrees for each of the 3 days up in Edmonton. Lots of smoke in the area. A lot more beautiful down here. Murphy Ginger, the right-hander, fires in a first pitch strike to Gage Bruce. And we're underway here on this Tuesday afternoon at 7:17. Originally scheduled for a 7:05 start, so starting 12 minutes later than scheduled here today on the 79-degree afternoon. Bruce lines the second pitch he sees in towards left field, and Gage Bruce, a leadoff single for Springfield. And the center fielder from the University of Portland playing back in his city. He's originally from Woodinville, Washington, but a pilot up north of on the bluff. And Bruce gets himself aboard with a leadoff single. Brings up Garrett Cooper, the two-hole hitter for Springfield. Product from Lower Columbia College. 6'2", 205-pound left-handed hitter. Throws back towards first. Ginger does. Back in there safely is Bruce. Ginger wearing number 99 today, the 6'4", 230-pound right-hander from Northern Colorado. Had a lot of success against Springfield back in that 14-4 win back on July 10th. Swing and a miss to Garrett Cooper on the first pitch. 87-mile-per-hour pitch elevated from Ginger. Ginger, this is his second start of the season, 8th appearance overall, has a 2-0 record and a 1.73 ERA. A 1 is fouled off by Cooper, now quickly 0-2. So here's Ginger, the right-hander from Northern Colorado. Started his career at Northern Oklahoma Enid before transferring over to Northern Colorado. And now at the Pickles for the second straight season after appearing in a total of 13 games with 3 starts a year ago. Ginger's pitch a little bit high. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Garrett Cooper. Cooper, the left-handed hitter, coming in, hitting .236 this season. 11 RBIs, 2 doubles. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Ginger. Looked at just off the edge of the plate. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sellout crowd, it looks like, here at Walker Stadium. Tons and tons of fans piling into Walker Stadium. The entirety of the area around home plate is sold out. Standing room only, and tell you what, the hills and the bluffs out on the right field, left field side, all completely packed and filled. Quite the scene on a Tuesday afternoon here in Portland. 0-0 the score, top of the first inning. Runner at first, and Gage Bruce. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ginger's pitch. Just a little bit low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cooper works a full count here.
Come on, let's get into this. Make some noise, huh? Huh? Where you at?
Crowd starting to make some noise thanks to the public address announcer here at Walker Stadium. Great crowd here for a Tuesday. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Bruce is thrown out. Connor Stewart, the catcher. They pull it over to second. A strike him out, throw him out. And just like that, 1 pitch, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Brings up Kedron Kinsey, the 3-hole hitter. So best case scenario for Murphy Ginger. Eliminates the runner on base. Gets a strike him out, throw him out for outs number 1 and 2. So here's Kedron Kinsey, the third baseman, heading off to Hawaii next season. Kinsey swings and misses as the first pitch from Ginger. Nice 89-mile-per-hour pitch from Ginger. 0-1 now to Kinsey. Coming in, hitting .280, just hit his second home run of the season this past weekend in Edmonton. Swings and drives the ball towards right center field. Dalton Mayshore, the center fielder, in the shade, makes the catch for the final out. 3 up, 3 down with a hit, no runs and no errors. And on to the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score here on the Drifters live stream.
We know you have questions about local government or may need to tell an official about a problem in your community. It can be hard to know which person to contact with an issue. Don't let that stop you from reaching out. Call or email 311. And if they can't resolve your request, they'll connect you with someone who can. Call 311 to get information about your neighborhood parks and rec classes or parking permits. Or call or request ADA access and report issues like graffiti or campsites.
Bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score here at Walker Stadium up in Portland, Oregon. Starting lineup for the Portland Pickels, Patrick Keegren, the third baseman, laying things out, followed by Tanner Griffith, the right fielder. Alex Govea, the second baseman, batting third. Dalton Mayshore, now the DH, he's batting fourth. Brendan Beeson now out in left field. He's batting fifth, with Tony Otis moving from left field to center field. He's in the sixth spot. Kevin Ferguson, the first baseman, batting seventh. Connor Stewart, the catcher, behind the plate, batting eighth. And then Jack Metcho, the shortstop, batting ninth for the Portland Pickels. Chase Reynolds, first pitch in his Drifters career, comes in a strike, 0-1. Patrick Keegren leading things off, one of the top on-base hitters in the WCL. Keegren currently second in the league in walks, leads the league in hit by pitches. Keegren looks at the second pitch from Reynolds for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Reynolds making his first start as a Springfield Drifter here today. But Keegren, an average of .273, but an on-base percentage just south of 500 at .494. The 0-2 delivery. Reynolds just misses low, 91 miles per hour from the right-hander. 1-2. So Reynolds from Oregon State, his first game with the Springfield Drifter, a returner to the WCL. Last year absent from the league, but the year before that spent it with the Corvallis Knights, where he actually pitched against Springfield. The 1-2 from Reynolds outside, now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reynolds just wrapped up his first year at Oregon State after a couple of seasons at Lynn Benton Community College. 1-0 this season at Oregon State. 8.31 ERA in a total of 3 appearances. 2-2 is popped in the air, first base side, out of play. So 4 1/3 innings for Reynolds. 2 hits, 4 earned runs, 10 walks, 5 strikeouts. Opponents hit just 133 against him. The right-hander, originally from West Albany High School, so just up the road in Albany, out in Lynn County. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reynolds, the right-hander from Oregon State, deals just inside. 3-2. Defensively for Springfield today, Dylan Osborne out in left field, Gage Bruce in center field, Garrett Cooper out in right, Kedron Kinsey, the third baseman, Elijah Maris, the shortstop, Cooper Mullins at second base, Andrew Ghana, the first baseman, and Nate Stevens, the catcher from Bushnell, behind the plate. 3-2 delivery popped in the air towards left center field. Dylan Osborne, Gage Bruce in the area. Bruce calls off Osborne, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 batter, 1 out to start for Chase Reynolds. Right-hander who helped Lynn Benton to the NWAC title back in 2022. And now Tanner Griffith will come to the plate. Griffith, a WCL All-Star this past season for the Portland Pickels. Was up in Bellingham last Wednesday, went 0 for 3 with a walk for the WCL South team. Griffith takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Griffith this season batting .300. Total of 38 walks, that leads the league on base percentage of .475. The 0-1 pitch, Reynolds just misses outside, 1-1. Really remarkable for Griffith. 38 walks in 37 games. This is his 38th of the season. He's quite the patient hitter at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reynolds' delivery just inside. Oh, and it's going to hit Griffith. Looked like he was bending backwards and maybe just clipped him. So, hit by pitch, runner at first base, 0-0 the score, bottom of the first inning.
Your second baseman from UC Davis.
Going to bring up Alex Govea. Govea, the second baseman from UC Davis. .327 the average this season for Govea. Coming off an impressive 4 for 6 performance at Kelowna. 2 runs scored. Reynolds now working out of the stretch. First pitch, Govea takes upstairs, 1-0. Portland, a team this season, 28-11, 11-3 in the second half of the season. Springfield now 15-24 after back-to-back victories out in Edmonton. First series victory in quite some time for Springfield. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Lifted in the air towards center field. Coming in a few steps is Gage Bruce. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Right at first, 2 outs in the 0-0 game, bottom of the first, and it brings up Dalton Mayshore.
Here's your DH,
Mayshore from the University of South Carolina. Transferring there after 3 seasons at St. Mary's. Had his best season this past year at St. Mary's, where he was WCC's second team. And now back with the Pickles after spending last season up in Portland in the WCL summer. First pitch a little bit high, runner on the move, and Griffith able to steal second base. Nate Stevens behind the plate, trouble with the exchange, and so Griffith steals second. This is a Portland team, third in the WCL with 88, now 89 stolen bases this season. Now a runner in scoring position, bottom of the first, 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch to Mayshore, runner on the move, pitch in for a strike, throw down to third, a little bit high. And in there safely is Griffith. Kedron Kinsey trying to be a little decisive as he leaped up, acted like the ball was down the left field line, trying to get Griffith off the bag. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, here's the pitch. Popped in the air towards right field. Coming in and making the catch is Garrett Cooper for the final out. Runner left stranded at third after the hit by pitch. No runs, no hits, no errors. Heading on to the second. 0-0 the score here on the Drifters live stream.
Stormbreaker Brewing's a proud sponsor of the Pickles. Be sure to grab a delicious citrusy Chair Razor IPA, the official beer of the Pickles, or perhaps a crisp, refreshing SV Light. Pickles fans, you find your company's copier and its services broken down at random times without a way to fix it? You don't own a copier? Well, if you do, Pacific Office Automation has you covered. Pickles are proud to partner with Pacific Office Automation for their office technology needs. From IT, phone, and printer support, POA works with your business to cover your office equipment and take it off your plate. Go to pacificoffice.com to learn more. For over 60 years, Mr. Plywood's been locally in the Mondavilla neighborhood, locally owned and operated, servicing the entire Portland metro area with a staff that has over 100 years of experience in the building materials industry. Look no further than Mr. Plywood for all the plywood, lumber, tools, and everything else you need to get started on your construction project. Visit us at Southeast Surfer online at MrPlywoodInc.com. Leading off for Springfield, the shortstop, number 9, Elijah Maris.
Top of the second inning, 0-0 the score. It's going to be Elijah Maris, Dylan Osborne, and Nate Stevens. Middle of the order, 4, 5, 6. 2 out for the Drifters, facing off against Murphy Ginger, the right-hander from Northern Colorado, dealing so far for the Portland Pickles. First pitch to Elijah Maris here in inning number 2. Drops in for a strike. 0-1 to Maris, the shortstop from Linfield. Maris this season batting .269. One of the top hitters for Springfield. Swings and drives the ball pretty deep out towards left field. Looking back is Beeson. At the wall, looks up, and Elijah Maris clears it. Solo shot for Elijah Maris, his 3rd of the season. And the Drifters are on the board. It's 1-0. Ties Andrew Ghana for a team high in home runs, and it's the solo shot for Maris, the second hit so far for Springfield. And it's 1-0 Drifters here in inning number 2. Popped to 326 feet to left field, 97 off the bat of Maris as the first pitch. Whistles high, 1-0 to Dylan Osborne. But impressive stuff for Maris, who gets his 3rd home run of the season. Now up to a total of 10 extra base hits this year, 3 home runs, a triple, and 6 doubles. 2 balls and no strikes to Osborne, the product from Washington. Osborne this season batting .317 for Springfield. 13 hits, 41 at-bats. A big hack and a big miss. Now 2 balls and 1 strike to Osborne. So Springfield looking to score more runs. Nobody out in the top of the second. 1-0 they lead thanks to the home run by Elijah Maris. Pitch down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Dylan Osborne. Murphy Ginger pitched against Springfield back on July 10th. That 14-4 victory. Pitched 5 innings in relief. Took the victory. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. He was certainly dealing that day. And this season, he's only given up a total of 5 earned runs in 26 innings. It's now his 26th and inning number 28. 3-2 delivery. Osborne swings and pops it foul towards the left side. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, a full count to Dylan Osborne. Half pitch. Looked at just a bit low. So Osborne reaches on a walk. This is a Portland team that has the 4th fewest walks in the league. It's a staff that comes in 2nd in the WCL in ERA. Combined staff ERA of 2.85. Opponents 2nd and worst batting average against this Pickles staff. 207 the average hitters have coming into this one, but so far, for the first 5 batters, 3 have reached, 1 via single, home run, and now a walk. So here's Nate Stevens has returned to the Springfield Drifters. Stevens takes off the edge of the plate 1-0. Was quite the surprise walking into the ballpark today and seeing Nate right next to the batting cages. Stevens was with the team 2 seasons ago in the inaugural year in 2022. Catcher at Washington State at the time, now transferred to Bushnell where he spent this past season. Throw back to first, in there safely is Osborne. But transferred to Bushnell, spent this past season with the Beacons, appearing in 17 games and starting 10. Hit .225 with the Beacons in his first season there, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Swings and pops up the first pitch, second pitch he sees towards the right side of the field. Alex Gouveia, the second baseman, squeezes the mitt and makes the catch for out number 1. So Stevens returns to the team after hitting .217 with the Drifters back in that 2022 inaugural season. Brings up now Andrew Ghana, who's now tied with the team high in home runs. Springfield up to 9 home runs this season. 2/3 of them have been 2 batters, Andrew Ghana and Elijah Maris. So here's Ghana, .241 average, the 3 home runs as mentioned, 5 doubles, a triple, 16 RBIs. All right, first, 1-0 the score. Springfield with the lead. Ghana takes just out the edge of the plate, 1-0. So 1-0 Springfield here on the top of the second, thanks to the home run by Elijah Maris. Ghana, the Cal State Northridge product, takes a breaking ball in for a strike. Filthy movement from Ginger. 12-mile-per-hour break, or 12-inch break from the right-handed hitter's box into the plate. Catches the inside corner. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Ghana, the powerful hitter, will have to wait. Throw back to first by Ginger. Ginger from Castle Rock, Colorado, on Christian McCaffrey country. Last year, 13 games, 3 starts with the Pickles. Throw back to first, gets away from Kevin Ferguson. Dylan Osborne will wait at first. Osborne this season, no stolen bases with Springfield. But keeping an eye on him. This is a Springfield team that started off aggressive in stolen bases, now have fizzled out to 10th in the league in stolen bases this season. Line drive towards left field by Andrew Ghana, and it drops down in front of Britton Beeson for a base hit. That was smoked, 103 miles per hour off the bat of Ghana. You can hear the well-struck ball off the sound of the bat. And it's now 2-1, 1 out. And 1-0 the score, Springfield leading. So now brings up Dylan Carson, his Drifters debut. Him and Nate Stevens joining each other from Bushnell into the lineup here today. Bushnell and Springfield, of course, an excellent partnership. 2 of them share Hanlon Sports Complex. First pitch, Dylan Carson late on the swing, fouls it away, 0-1. Carson, the DH, 6'5", 230-pound senior, originally from Eugene, went to Churchill High School, then Mount Hood Community College, and then transferred to Bushnell. Back home in the South Willamette Valley, now playing for the local club, the Springfield Drifters. Ginger's 0-1 out of the stretch. Half swing, it's looked out for a strike. Right down Broadway, 88-mile-per-hour pitch from Ginger. So the right-hander gets ahead, 0-2 to Carson. Who appeared in just 3 games this past year for the Beacons. 2 appearances. 2 at beats, and that was it. Throw down towards second on a back pick attempt from Stewart. Sliding back in safely is Osborne. Connor Stewart catching behind the plate. Stewart last season played with the Okotoks Dogs, out where former Drifter Dawson Santana is currently playing, just south of Calgary, Alberta. The 1-2 delivery looked at just outside. 87-mile-per-hour pitch from Ginger, and just misses the zone according to Dana Cruz, the home plate umpire. Brian Zielinski, the field umpire today. Here on this Tuesday afternoon, 79 degrees, 72 supposed to be the high around 9 o'clock. 2-2, looked at, called, strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Ginger, as he's able to dot the low outside corner and gets his second strikeout. Now number 2. So 2 on, 2 outs, 1-0 the score. Cooper Mullins to the plate here on the top of the second. Cooper Mullins, product from the University of Michigan. Looks at the pitch for a strike, 0-1. Mullins, his 15th game this season, batting .265, 9 hits, a double, 3 RBIs, 5 walks overall for Mullins, a patient hitter at the plate. The 0-1 delivery. Mullins fouls it off the pole behind the plate. 0-2. Walker Stadium, a public park out here in Portland. Of course, last year, these two teams met here at this location and had a wild game that lasted over 5 hours. The lights went out, the sprinklers came on. It was a wild one here at Walker Stadium. 0-2, runners on the move, and it's swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Murphy Ginger. And the Drifters' threat is ended after 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left stranded, no errors defensively. 1-0 to the score. Springfield leading as we head to the bottom of the second here on the Drifters live stream.
Right here in the Pacific Northwest, the nation's only seltzery. This season, we're looking for a refreshing beverage that packs a punch. Try San Juan Seltzer's Huckleberry Peach Rose or Wild Blackberry Lemonade. Each one is 0 sugar, 0 carbs. You can enjoy them with 0 guilt. Food Fight Grocery, curating fun vegan food since 2003, now offering house-made grab-and-go breakfast and lunch items, along with pizza and wings made to order. Check out our website, foodfightgrocery.com, or stop by and see us on Northeast Halsey, open daily, 10 to 7. Hang on to your tea bags. Voodoo Ranger Hard Charge Tea is landed. Voodoo Ranger Hard Charge Tea is made with real tea. Each can beckons the bowl with a whopping 7% ABV. Try it now. The Voodoo Ranger Bar and the Let Burn. Leading off the bottom of the second, your left fielder from University of Hawaii, number 18.
Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield with the lead thanks to the solo shot by Elijah Maris. Springfield looking to win 3 straight games after winning the final 2, both 7-inning games out in Edmonton. Chase Reynolds, the right-hander from Oregon State. His first pitch is fouled away by Britton Beeson. 1-1. Britton Beeson, Tony Otis, and Kevin Ferguson. Batters 5, 6, and 7 due out for the Pickles. Here in this 1-0 game. Bottom of the second. Reynolds threw 14 pitches. Just allowed one base runner with a hit by pitch last inning. Misses down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Beeson, the DH today. Beeson, his first action of the series for the Pickles. Did not play the first time through earlier this month, the 3-game series in which Pickles lost game number 1 and Springfield lost game numbers 2 and 3. Big drive by Beeson out towards right field. It's hooking foul, and it's going to slice foul right on the line. 1-2. Pretty well struck, 96 off the bat. Drove it pretty well. 309 feet out towards right field, but last it sliced foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Beeson from Villa Park, California, heading into his sophomore season, transferring to Hawaii next year after a strong year at Fullerton College in which he batted .323, 12 home runs, 19 doubles, and 2 triples. Ball in the dirt now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beeson so far has had a good start with the Pickles, just his 5th game overall, a .250 average. 4 hits, 16 at-bats, 2 runs scored. Had a 3-for-5 outing against Ridgefield back on July 18th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Grounder towards the right side. Mullins, the second baseman, collects, sidearms the first. Retires Beeson for out number 1. Nobody on, 1 out in this 1-0 game. Bottom of the second brings up Tony Otis.
Center fielder from University of the Pacific. Number 9.
Otis from the University of Pacific, the .221 average this season. 5 doubles, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs for Otis. As a third of the Pickles' home runs this season with the 4 home runs hit. But he's looking for his first hit in over a week, 10 days since his last hit. Game against the Bend Elks in a 2-3 outing. And a 6-4 victory for the Pickles. Reynolds, the right-hander, comes in and fires in a strike, 0-1 to Otis. Otis hit a home run earlier this year against Springfield. That was back on July 10th. Had 3 RBIs, a double, and a home run. And that 14-4 victory for the Pickles. Reynolds comes in with a strike. Now 0-2. So Reynolds, a good quality arm addition for Springfield. First Oregon State player joining the club this season after Drifters had Beavers the last 2 years. Reynolds up and inside, 1-2. 2 years ago, it was Cannon Reeder, and then last season it was Bridger Holmes and Dawson Santana. Holmes, of course, just got drafted earlier this year. Anaheim Angels draft pick in the 7th round, 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reeder, solid sophomore year at Oregon State after limited action as a freshman. Dawson Santana, not much action with the Beavers, but getting plenty of play time with the Okotoks Dogs up in, you guessed it, Okotoks, Alberta once again. Another Okotoks connection here tonight. The 2-2, swinging a foul off. Do it again. Connor Stewart, who's the 8-hole hitter, currently in the hole. He played for the Dogs last season with Cannon Reeder, the former Springfield Drifter. Dawson Santana up there this year. Got the chance yesterday to actually drive by the Okotoks Dogs Stadium up in Okotoks. And I tell you, it's a nice little facility. 2-2 in for called strike 3. Reynolds rings up Otis. Gets his first strikeout as Drifter. Just like that, 2 up, 2 down to begin the second inning.
From University of Hawaii, number 26.
Brings up Kevin Ferguson. 2 out, nobody on, 1-0 the score, bottom of the second. Here's Ferguson, the first baseman from the University of Hawaii. No appearances with the Rainbow Warriors this past season. Now his 29th of the season with Portland. Takes down and away, 1-0. So earlier yesterday, got to go to the Okotoks Dog facility. They play in the WCBL, Western Canadian Baseball League, just a hair behind in terms of competition as the WCL. Pitch in from Reynolds for a strike, 1-1. It's an excellent facility. A couple of former Drifters have mentioned played there, and they got good crowds out there. Certainly feels like a minor league baseball type of stadium, and I wouldn't be surprised if they look to join the WCL eventually. 1-1 jam shot towards the right side. Mullins collects on the dirt. Flips it over to Ghana at first base for the final out. 3 up, 3 down. The Pickles go. We head on to the third. 1-0. Springfield leading here on the Drifters live stream.
The hopscotch potato sack pickle juice drink and race presented by Jack Daniels, JC.
All right, we got Sean and Clea, and they're going to start over here, and they're going to run down, and they're going to hopscotch, and then they're going to put on the pickle sacks, and then they're going to hop back to Dylan. Are you ready for this? Make some noise for Sean and Clea, everybody. Count them down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. It's a little confusing. We're hopscotching. There we go. Now we're putting on the sack. All right. Down to Dylan, and then chug the pickle juice. There we go. You got it. You're hopping. Here we go. You're almost there. All right, pickle juice time. You can do it. Oh, it's nice and warm. Goggles off. Clea wins! Sean didn't even know he lost. Let's hear it for Clea, everybody. All the hopping and pickle juice drinking. We're the winners.
Those were drunk goggles, right, JC? Had some people asking about those.
Yeah, it's like, I think they're called Joe Simon's on Friday night goggles.
Hey.
Top of the third inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield currently with the lead against the Portland Pickels up here on the road at Locker Stadium. 1-0 the score thanks to the solo shot by Elijah Maris, his third of the season last inning. And now Springfield top of the order due up Gage Bruce, Garrett Cooper, and Kedron Kinsey. Drifters today, the gray jerseys. Springfield Drifters here on Springfield night. It is the Simpsons night out here at Locker Stadium, and there's a lot of fans that have come out here for the Simpsons night, of course, based in Springfield, thanks to the namesake of the city, Springfield, Oregon. Gage Bruce fouls out the first pitch to him, 0-1. Bruce 1 for 1 with a single his first time up. University of Portland product, playing now down in Springfield his second season with the Drifters. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Ginger. Bruce pops it up towards shallow center field. Coming in is Tony Otis. The center fielder loses the hat but finds the ball. Out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out to begin this third inning, and it now brings up Garrett Cooper. Murphy Ginger, the right-hander, still out there for the Pickles. 33, make it 34 pitches so far for Ginger. After the 2 pitches here in the third, 32 through the first 2 innings. Misses outside, 1-0 to Garrett Cooper. Cooper a strikeout swinging his first time up. Ginger had 3 strikeouts his first time through the order. See what he does here the second time through. Cooper pops up the ball high in the air towards right field, dying quickly near the line. Tanner Griffith in fair territory makes the catch. Just left of the chalk for out number 2. Couple of pop-ups in the outfield. 2 outs, nobody on to this 1-0 game. Top of the third inning. And it now brings up Kedron Kinsey. Kinsey, the third baseman. Not a lot of action in the field so far. Looking to make an impact at the plate. Flew out to center field, his first time up. Up for the second time now. Packed place here at Locker Stadium is the first pitch to Kinsey. Down low, 1-0. More and more fans filing into the building. Not sure where they're storing them. Looks like the entirety of the right field side packed with fans. Kinsey takes a strike, 1-1. And how about Springfield? Back-to-back weekends with big crowds. Over 4,500 fans in attendance for the game against the Edmonton Riverhawks. 4,368, I should say. That was the official number. And that was impressive considering that many fans stayed 2.5 hours past the original start of the game for first pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Kedron Kinsey. That first game delayed from 7 o'clock to 7:30, then to 8 o'clock, and then all the way to 9:35. 2-1, Kinsey takes a strike, 2-2. Game number 2 ended up starting past 7 o'clock, past 7:15 on that Sunday afternoon. Once a little bit of the smoke had cleared. Just saw earlier today, Edmonton had to cancel their game today due to the smoke. 2-2 popped in the air towards the right side, out of play. So do the 2-2 again. But Edmonton had to cancel their games due to another fire in the area, wreaking havoc on the air quality. And I can tell you from my firsthand experience that day on Saturday, it was so smoky, you could hardly see, and it just reeked of smoke in the area. Kinsey pops up the 2-2 pitch towards right field. Griffith right on the foul line, and right field makes the catch for the final out. 3 up, 3 down, the Drifters go here on the top of the third. 1-0 they lead, heading to the bottom of the third. Heading to the bottom of the third here on the Drifters live stream.
Bicycles is primary transportation, serving urban households seeking to avoid dependence on cars with practical, stylish bikes and e-bikes for everyday use. Located in southeast Portland at 9th and Hawthorne, Clever Cycles opened in June of 2007 to help make Portland an even better place to live and work. Slow down and ride every day. 2012 they were named Best Urban Bike Shop in the U.S. by Bicycle Retailer and Industry News. Speaking of news, get your daily dose of good news. Here's Oregon offers a place to celebrate the diversity of culture, skills, and experiences that inspire innovation and build community throughout our state. Explore the good, learn more. Here's Oregon.com, proudly powered by the teams at Oregonian, Oregon Live.
Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield currently with the lead. 8-9-1. Connor Stewart, Jack Metcho, and Patrick Keegren 2 up for the Pickles. Springfield leading 1-0 here at Walker Stadium in beautiful Portland, Oregon. Chase Reynolds, the right-hander from Oregon State, misfires down and away. 1 ball and no strike to Connor Stewart. Drifters with the lead, 3 hits to none so far. 1-0. They currently lead thanks to the home run by Elijah Maris. Reynolds, the right-hander, deals 1-0. Upstairs, 90 miles per hour from the Oregon State product, 2-0. So here's Connor Stewart. From Cal State Northridge, teammates with Andrew Ghana, first baseman for the Springfield Drifters. 2-0 looked at outside, 3-0. Earlier this season, Smith Chandler was another C-Sun Matador playing for the Springfield Drifters. Chandler no longer with the team after entering the transfer portal and departing from the baseball club. And his departure paved the way for Sam Weber, who's been a valuable addition for Springfield so far. 3-0 down and outside. It's a leadoff walk on 4 pitches to Connor Stewart. It's a Pickles team that leads the league in walks this season, and that's their first so far. Runner at first, nobody out in this 1-0 game. Bottom of the third inning, and it brings up Jack Metcho. Metcho, the shortstop from the University of Pacific, teammates with Tony Otis out there. Metcho just 6 hits and 47 at-bats this season. A 128 average for Metcho. Defensive shortstop from Fairfield, California. First pitch to Metcho. A little bit high. 1-0, and now 5 straight balls thrown from Reynolds, the right-hander. Ghana holding on his teammate Stewart over at first base. I'm sure the conversation there is fun between the two. 1-0, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes as Reynolds is looking to get back in the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Reynolds trying to connect back with the zone this time. Big smile on Ghana's face, holding on his teammate. And Stewart, here's the pitch. Outside, now 3 balls and no strikes. So, 7 straight balls to begin this inning for Reynolds, who was firing in the zone through the first 2. 28 pitches through the first 2 innings, a lot more efficient than Murphy Ginger. But so far struggling here in the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 Springfield with the lead. The 3-0 delivery. This time in for a strike. 3-1. 88 miles per hour. Low outside corner to the right-handed hitter in Mecho, who has walked 10 times this season. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch from Reynolds. Just a little bit low. So back-to-back walks to begin this inning. 9 pitches, 8 balls. And now 2 on, nobody out. And Alan Emery going to come out to talk things over with Reynolds. Reynolds this past year, as mentioned, just 3 appearances, 4 1/3 inning. Not a ton of action at Oregon State, and so maybe the fatigue coming early on here in this one. And Alan Emery is going to take the ball from Chase Reynolds. So quite the debut for Reynolds. He goes 1 time through the order, and with the top of the order coming up, Patrick Keegren coming to the plate. New pitcher will come in for Springfield. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters live stream.
Simon, hey JC, I'm taking a birthday request right now. What's going on, buddy? Are you ordering fast food in the film Wayne's World?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But, you know we have a Simpsons impression contest coming up?
What?
Is that exciting to the people at Walker Stadium? Are they excited about that?
Have you heard any of the impressions yet?
No, I might enter it myself though. I got a couple.
What? Okay. Who?
I like to do the Barney one, which is it's fell in the toilet. That's Barney. That's my favorite.
I see some chuckles.
Is that working?
Yeah, I think so.
Look at Oakley. Tell me if Bill Oakley likes it.
Okay, I'm going to stare at
That's
Bill
all
Oakley.
really matters.
Okay.
Or
We got a big thumbs up from Bill Oakley.
and fell in the toilet.
I'm getting a so-so from Bill now. He's
Okay.
honest
Well,
critic.
that's
Workshop it. Workshop it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. You got time.
Oh, homie. That was Mark. Finally. Do you want to try something, Joe? You got any? You got a shot?
So the new pitcher in the game for Springfield is the right-hander Gabe Howard. Howard heading out to the University of Oregon next season. The right-hander ranked as the top prospect in the state of Oregon. Is heading out to go play for Mark Wazakowski next season for Oregon. This will be his final outing as a Springfield Drifter. As after this outing, he's going to take the rest of the summer off and prepare for college baseball. Comes in for Chase Reynolds, his rival at Oregon State. First pitch to Patrick Keegren. He bunts it up towards the third base side, and Nate Stevens can't catch up to it. Falls foul, 0-1. So Howard in for Reynolds. Reynolds, his first start as a Springfield Drifter. First appearance, 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs so far. Credit for both base runners after 2 walks, a hit by pitch so far today. With a strikeout, 37 total pitches, and as it stands right now, no earned runs, which is a huge thing. But nonetheless, nobody out, 2 on here in the bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Springfield with the lead. Keegren showing bunt once again. Howard, the right-hander from Westland, delivers in a strike, 90 miles per hour over the heart of the plate, 0-2. So we'll see if Keegren shows bunt here. No balls, 2 strikes. This Pickles team leads the league in sacrifice hits. Howard's 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Howard. And the right-hander blows 90 miles per hour past Keegren, the leadoff hitter. Tough batter to strike out. 30th strikeout of the season for Keegren in 37 games. So 3 pitches, 1 out, and now Howard looks for a ground ball, looking at turn 2 with Tanner Griffith coming to the dish. 1-0 the score, 1 out. Runners at first and second, bottom of the 3rd. Griffith hit by a pitch his first time up. Looks at a pitch low and inside, gets past Stevens, and both runners are going to advance. Wild pitch inside, and Stevens couldn't corral it. Now the catcher goes to Howard. Quite the age difference between these two. Stevens, I believe, 25 years old, maybe 26 at this point, heading into his 6th season of college baseball. Howard, an incoming freshman, might not even be 18. 1 ball and no strikes to Griffith, who has a chance to give the Pickles the lead, and 1-0 Springfield leading, but 2 in scoring position, just 1 out. The 1-0 from Howard, in for a strike, 90 miles per hour off the edge of the plate. 1-1. Thank you for joining us today on the Drifters live stream. Knight Jarecki happy to be with you this afternoon. Drifters on the road for the 2nd time this season. 1 ball and 1 strike. Howard's pitch just a little bit low. 2-1 now to Griffith. Griffith from St. Mary's, the all-star this season. Coming in batting .300 with the 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. On a 3-game hit streak with 2 multi-hit performances, 6 hits over the last 3 games. 2-1 fouled off, 2-2, and that includes a 3-for-4 performance with an RBI and 2 runs scored against Kelowna back on July 21st. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out and 2 in scoring position. Gabe Howard, who's in for the 7th time this season, takes a breath and delivers up and away. 3-2. Alex Govea on deck. So Howard this season 0-3, a 6.42 ERA, and 3 starts, 6 appearances, 14 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, now 14 with the first strikeout to Keeger. 3-2 delivery, fouled off. We'll do it again to Griffith. 14 strikeouts, 11 walks, 20 hits overall in the 14 1/3 innings for Gabe Howard. Three balls and 2 strikes. Howard set at the waist. Payoff pitch. Looked at just low and away. So Griffith with a hit by pitch now has a walk to his name here today. Bases loaded. 1-0 the score here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Here comes your second baseman.
Howard really looks for a down ball here for the double play.
Govea.
So here's Alex Govea. Fly out to center field his first time up. With his team trailing 1-0. Still no hits so far for Portland. The bases loaded thanks to 2 walks. Make it 3 walks. First pitch, Govea takes a strike on 1. Govea, the fly out to center field his first time up. The product from UC Davis. Chance to redeem himself here and go 1 for 2. The Pickles still searching for their first hit. Gabe Howard looking for a ground ball to get out of it. The 0-1 grounder to the right side. Mullins fields, flips the 2 for 1. Maris' throw to first in time. 4-6-3 double play. And Springfield turns 2 to get out of the bases loaded jam. Gabe Howard comes in, gets the strikeout and ground ball for the 4-6-3 twin killer for the final 2 outs. No runs, 2 left stranded, no hits and no errors. Heading on to the 4th inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield leading here on the Drifters live stream.
kiss? Do I got Amanda hugging kiss here? All right. Is Max our winner with Mo? How about Mike? How about Kate? Oh, wow. All right, Kate it is. Let's hear for Kate, everybody.
Leading off the Drifters, number 9, Elijah Maris.
Top of the fourth inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield currently with the lead. Elijah Maris, Dylan Osborne, Nate Stevens, 4-5-6 to out for Springfield. Maris up to the plate, 1 for 1 with a solo shot. The reason why it's 1-0 right now. Maris takes low and inside, 1-0. So Maris the home run back in the second inning. One of the 3 hits so far for Springfield, out hitting Portland 3-0, but leading just 1-0. Maris well struck towards left center field, and it's going to drop down in the alleyway for a base hit. On a few hops, Britton Beeson cuts it off and keeps it a single for Elijah Maris, but 92 miles per hour off the bat on Maris. He's able to drive it to left center field for his second hit today, and Maris just continues to go on a tear. He's really been feeling it at the plate. Went 0 for 3 in the final game against Edmonton, but up until that point had hits in 3 of the last 4. He's been swinging it pretty well. The coach is really liking his bat in the lineup. This is 34th game of the season and a staple for Springfield. Good defense and offense, which is finally starting to come around. 1 ball, no strikes to Dylan Osborne, who walked his first time up. Runner at first, 1-0 the score, top of the 4th. Still nobody out for Springfield as they lead on the road against Portland. Looking for the upset tonight, the 1-0 delivery. Cooper pops it up towards left field. Britton Beeson circles a few steps towards his right and makes the catch. Now number 1. Brings up Nate Stevens now. Steve-O up for the second time, popped up to second his first time up. The catcher from Bushnell returns to Springfield. Yen saw him today and was quite shocked to see him here. He said, they finally let me back on the tee. And here he is, throw back towards first. Harrison there safely. So here's Stevens, left-handed hitter. Had a walk-off hit against Bend 2 seasons ago for Springfield. Second of 3 walk-off hits that opening season. The Drifters had 7 wins at home, and 3 of them were walk-off wins back in that 22 season. Springfield had just won 17 games that season. They're at 15 wins this season, finishing with 22 wins a year ago. So looking for about 8 more wins this season. Stevens grounds the ball to second. Govea Fields goes to 2 for 1. The throw to first. 4-6-3 double play. And that'll do it for the Drifters here in the top of the 4th inning. 4-6-3 double plays and the inning for both teams in the bottom of the 3rd and now here in the top of the 4th. 1 hit in the inning, no runs, no errors, and none left stranded. Into the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. Springfield with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
Joan Hardware has been locally and family owned and operated since 1879. Almost 150 years of being a part of the Portland community. Joan Hardware is your local store for all your commercial and residential hardware needs. At Joan, we are totally chill and ready to help. Ensure your home plumbing and HVAC systems are in top shape this summer with Cornell's Plumbing, Heating, and Air, the official plumbing and HVAC partner of the Picks. Get your HVAC tune-up or plumbing system checked out today by the company Dylan trusts. Take advantage of an exclusive 10% discount off to $500 on all services using promo code 10Pickles. Head over to the Straightaway Cocktail Bar on the left field berm for refreshing cocktails like Palomas, espresso martinis, and fan favorite, the Pickle Rita. Want to give a shout out to our presenting partner tonight, Fast Signs, hanging out in the third base dugout. All the signage you see around the ballpark is created by Fast Signs. We simply could not have a pickle season without them. We love you, Fast Signs. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being our presenting partner. the bottom of the fourth. Number 2, Dalton Mayshore.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 in the score. Gabe Howard, the right-hander, running off to Oregon next season. Delivers a first pitch that's fouled back off the netting by Dalton Mayshore. 0-1. Mayshore also 0 for 1 today, a fly out to right field his first time up, followed by Britton Beeson and Tony Otis. 4, 5, 6 do out for the Pickles as they trail 1-0, searching for their first hit. Grounder to the left side, Kinsey, the third baseman, fields. The shuffle over to first, picked by Ghana. Really nice play by the first baseman, and the pair from the corners connect for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the fourth. Brings up Britton Beeson. 1-0 Springfield with lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Beeson 0 for 1 with the ground out towards second. Springfield leading 1-0. Gabe Howard last inning came in for Chase Reynolds. Did a good job getting out of some trouble. First pitch in for a strike to Beeson, 0-1. 2 are on, nobody out, and Howard came in and got a strikeout to Patrick Egren, walked to Tanner Griffith on a 3-2 pitch. Now delivers 0-1 outside, 1-1, and then got a 4-6-3 ground ball into a double play to end the inning. So Chase Reynolds' his final line, 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 2 walks, a hit by pitch. Strikeout in 37 pitches the first time through the order. Faced 9 batters, and that was it. Good debut with the Drifters. 1 ball, 1 strike inside. Now 2 balls and 1 strike to Beeson. Facing off against Howard with 1 out, nobody on. Howard winds. 2-1 pitch. Grounded hard to third, foul. 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beeson just his 5th game with the Portland Pickels so far this season. This Pickles team with a large roster, almost double the amount of pitchers that the Drifters have. 2-2, fouled back. Do the 2-2 again. Good news is Springfield got a lot of help after this trip to Edmonton. They got a lot of help from new players joining the team. A couple of players from the WCL, or the CCL showcase team, I should say. So Springfield, 3 new pitchers today, including Reynolds, who starts. Huge for this club that was lacking pitching. 2-2, popped in the air towards left field. Dylan Osborne in to make the catch. Now number 2. Pitching staff currently 12th in the WCL in ERA. 5.18 ERA for Springfield entering today. Opponents are having the 2nd most successful batting average against the Drifters this season, hitting .280. And, well, they need reinforcements. A lot of pitchers having to leave. Kyle Larson in particular, he had to retire for the end of the summer after committing to Cal State San Bernardino. First pitch up and away, 1-0. He threw a lot this past year at Pierce Community College, and then once he committed to Cal State San Bernardino, coach saw how much he had thrown with Springfield. He was leading the league in innings pitched, and so his coach shut him down for the summer. And there's stories like that all throughout the Springfield team. It's that point in the season where you're just trying to survive, keep your head above the water, and get new pitchers in, quality arms. And it looks like Springfield may have done that today with Chase Reynolds. 2-0 found back by Otis, 2-1. Nobody on and 2 outs in this 1-0 game. Springfield with the lead, bottom of the 4th inning. Tony Otis, 0 for 1. Strikeout looking his first time up. Packed crowd here in Portland with a 2-1 delivery from Howard. Just inside, now 3-1. Wonder if the crowd here remembers the game last year. We're hoping for another 5-hour game between these two clubs. 3-1. Looked at for a strike. 3-2. So full count pitch from Howard, 89 on this last pitch. Able to drop it into the bottom of the zone. Payoff pitch. Looked at, called, strike 3. Howard, a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th inning, gets his 2nd strikeout. Huge exclamation point on that excellent bottom of the 4th inning. Heading on to the 5th, 1-0 the score. Springfield with the lead here in Portland on the Drifters live stream.
We got Matt, we got Brian, and we got Alex. And we got an intern down. Let's hear it for Eric, the intern, everybody. Fell on his butt. All right. Matt, Brian, Alex, head on the bat on the ground. Spin till I say go. Run down, get the kombucha from Dylan. He's over there. You got to grab the kombucha to win. Count them down, Walker Stadium. 3, 2, 1, spin. Bat on the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, go. Oh, you're done. You're done. Brian's up. Brian's up. Brian's down. Matt's up. Matt, you can do it. Let's hear it for Matt. Brian had a sequel there. I thought he was going to do it, but he did not. Let's hear it for all our contestants at Dizzy Bat tonight. Matt, Alex, and Brian.
That's how you dizzy, Jeremiah.
That was pretty good.
That's how you do it.
Matt, get it? Matt wins on Simpsons night. Creator's name is Matt.
How do you pronounce his last name, Jeremiah?
You wonder why I didn't try?
Ha ha. Leading off for the Drifters, number 10, Andrew Gone.
Top of the fifth inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield with the lead, thanks to great pitching so far by Chase Reynolds and Gabe Howard. Andrew Gana leading things off, swings and misses. A little bit silly on the swing, a little bit front-footed on the first pitch from Murphy Ginger. Ginger has allowed 4 hits so far, half of them to Elijah Maris, including 1 solo shot. The home run, the difference so far. Gana swings at the 0-1 and now fouls it away, 0-2. Bubbles flowing from the booth up here in Portland. A beautiful day for baseball up here at the North Port of the Willamette Valley. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Gana. Driven to center field, and another excellent hit for Andrew Gana, who now has his second hit today. 90 miles per hour from Gana this time, 103 miles per hour off the bat the last time up, and Gana has the team's 5th hit today. And so Springfield right now swinging efficiently, 5 hits through 5 innings. Love to see it. Brings up now Dylan Carson. So Carson, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, looking his first time up as a Springfield Drifter. Swings at the first pitch he sees here in the 5th and pops it up towards center field. Tony Otis makes the catch. 1 out. So runner at first, 1 out. This 1-0 game, and it brings up now Cooper Mullins, struck out swinging his first time up. So Mullins, he was the last of the 3 strikeouts so far for Ginger, who's looking to complete 5 innings, throws back towards first, and sliding back there safely is Gana. Ginger, he pitched 5 innings against Springfield back on July 10th. That was his second longest outing this season. Pitched against Corvallis, did not allow a run, only just 1 hit and 5 1/3. That was back on June 12th. Mullins shows bunt up the first base side. Ginger fields, throws over to first, and there to make the catch is Kevin Ferguson. Sack bunt advances Gana over to second.
Number 19, Gage Bruce.
So a sacrifice hit for Mullins. Drifters this season 5th in the league in sacrifice hits. Quite behind Portland, who's on first with 51 sacrifice hits this season. Springfield, that just their 21st, so 30 less sacrifice hits this season for Springfield than Portland, and that's the difference. First place to 5th place. No balls, 1 strike to Gage Bruce, leadoff hitter. Runner at second, a chance to stretch the lead. Swings and grounds the ball on the carpet towards the right side. Gavea collects and throws to first to retire Bruce for the final out. Halfway through this game, 1-0 the score. Springfield leading here on the Drifters live stream.
Pickles make the switch to a better way of banking at one of their 8 Portland area branch locations. Facebook.com/pickles. At the ballpark or on your couch, nothing beats the taste of smacking sunflower seeds. Whether you're rounding the bases, root from the stands, keep the game day spirit cracking with every smack. Packed with flavor, smacking sunflower seeds, the perfect pick for any inning. Choose some classic OG original, cinnamon churro or cheddar jalapeno. Grab a bag today. Keep the shells cracking, the good times smacking. Slappy Cakes has been serving Portland brunch since 2009. We encourage an interactive dining experience where guests have the unique opportunity to make pancakes right at their table. Fun. Variety of batters and toppings to choose from. We encourage guests of all ages to get creative, play with their food. We also provide a full menu from our made-to-scratch kitchen. Fun, creative drinks from our bar. Portland Taco Board is a Pacific Northwest taqueria making everything from scratch with an emphasis on local and seasonal ingredients and lots of fun. We're located in Northeast Fremont in the Beaumont neighborhood of Northeast Portland with lots of outdoor seating. Come for the creative tacos, fresh squeezed margaritas, great draft beer and cider list, and steak with a great staff.
Walker Stadium, we're going to need some runs here. How about we make some noise?
Bottom of the fifth inning, 1-0 the score. Springfield currently with the lead. Gabe Howard in for his third inning of relief. Came in during the third inning. Goes out that inning with a strikeout and a ground down into a double play after allowing a walk. Last inning, a 1-2-3 fourth, and now set to face off against the bottom of the order, 7-8-9. As he misses the zone barely to Kevin Ferguson, who's 0 for 1 with the ground out to second, his first time up. 1-0. Connor Stewart and Jack Metcho on deck for the Pickles. 1-0 delivery from Howard. Kick it down inside, 2-0. Tell you what, Gabe Howard, this may be his final outing of the year for Springfield, but he's making the most of it. So far, has looked really good. And his final outing before heading off to Eugene next year. Ground ball, third base side, foul. 2-1. Howard considered the top prospect in the state of Oregon, according to Baseball Northwest. SB Live, Oregon second team All-State honors after going 9-0 with 3 shutouts, a save, and a 1.48 ERA this past year. And Westland was across 56 in a third inning with 7-8 strikeouts. This is down low, 3 balls and 1 strike now. Here to Kevin Ferguson, the first baseman, heading off to Hawaii next season. Swings and fouls back, a 3-1, now 3-2. Howard this season, only 2 scoreless outings, 1 against Walla Walla in 1 inning and 1 against Corvallis with 1 inning. Had a 4 strikeout performance against Portland on the 11th. Gets a foul off the foot of Ferguson. We'll do the 3-2 again. So Howard had a start against Portland, a 6-0 loss for Springfield back on July 11th. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, but has looked a lot sharper here in this relief outing against the Pickles. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Howard's payoff pitch, grounded right back to himself on 2 hops. He fields on the turf and then throws over to first base to retire Ferguson for out number 1. Brings up Connor Stewart. Stewart will walk his first time up. Catcher from Cal State Northridge, a transfer there from San Diego City College, where he spent 2 seasons at. His first team all-conference both seasons at San Diego City College. Now stands in with a 1-0 count after the first pitch misses from Howard. 1-0 pitch from Howard. Belted out towards left field down the line. That's the first hit today for Portland. Stewart's digging for second. In the corner, collecting it is Osborne. He throws it into Maris, but at second with a double is Connor Stewart. It took till the 5th inning with 1 out, but the Pickles finally get their first hit. And now Howard in some trouble. 92 off the mat from Stewart. And now the tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 the score. Springfield with the lead, but Portland threatening. So here's Jack Metcho. Walked his first time up. Was the 11th walk this season for Metcho, who has struggled offensively. Rounds the first pitch, he sees foul, and it's now 0-1. Metro this season, as mentioned before, just 6 hits and now 48 at-bats. Had a hit in his last game, his 6th of the season against Kelowna in a 1-for-4 outing. Before that point, he hadn't had a hit in the entire month of July, across 7 appearances. The 0-1 delivery, just down and away. 1-1. Stevens behind the plate, looking to frame that one, could not. 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 5th with 1 out and a runner at second. Metro, the junior from the University of Pacific, looking for his 7th hit of the season. It would be an important one here. Gets a dribbler to the right side, just beyond the reach of Howard. Mullins fields and throws over to first to retire Metro. Stewart advances over towards third. And now a runner at third, 2 outs, and Howard has a chance to get out of this jam. Tough out, though. Patrick Keegren coming to the plate with his impressive .494 on base percentage. The WCL All-Star that had no appearance in Wednesday's All-Star game a week ago tomorrow. It's out in Bellingham, an excellent performance overall. What a finish that was for the WCL All-Star game out in Bellingham. Howard's first pitch to Keegren, in for a strike, 0-1. I mean, bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes, a ground ball to a diving shortstop, and 2 runs came in on the infield hit. How about that? What a finish for the WCL North team, pulling off the victory. The 0-1, way outside. Good play by Stevens, and that's that 5 years of college baseball experience paying off for the catcher from Bushnell. Able to keep the ball in front of him. Prevent the runner and Stewart from coming in at third. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. Howard's pitch. Keegren takes. And it just misses the zone. That time just a hair below the low inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strikes to Keegren. Flying on a strikeout so far. Keegren, right-handed hitter from the University of San Francisco. Howard's 2-1 pitch. Looked at, and it's a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. A nice slider that broke 6 inches across the plate to the right-handed hitter in Keegren. And now 2-2, and Howard a chance to get it out of this inning after allowing the double to Stewart. Howard takes a breath, the 2-2 outside, and now the count has gone full to Keegren. Howard a chance for his 3rd strikeout. And 2nd walk here. Pickles fans making some noise on a sellout crowd here at Walker Stadium. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Howard's pitch. Belted on the ground to Kinsey. It eats him up at third. He slips in the dirt, can't find the ball. And Keegren drives in Stewart, and we're tied 1-1. 93 off the bat to the hot corner. Goes down as a hit. 2nd hit of the inning, and it's now 1-1. Smoke flying, chairs being risen. It's quite the scene here at Walker Stadium, as the Pickles have ended up with 2 outs here in the 5th. Now Tanner Griffith up with the runner at first, 1-1 game. Griffith swings and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Hit by a pitch and a walk so far. It's a tough play, a play that Kinsey potentially could have made. It was the hard 93-mile-per-hour ball off of Keegren's bat. It was a little bit too tough on the infield dirt over at third base. Infield, half wet, half not, as the throw goes back to first. Back pick. The back pick was there, but sprinting over to second is Keegren. Keegren realized that he had no play back at first. Ghana spun around looking to try to make a tag, and Keegren took off towards second with a stolen base, and now runner in scoring position. So runner at second, 1-1 the score. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Pickles a chance to take the lead. Pitch from Howard. Outside. 2-1. So all of a sudden this inning's gotten a little bit interesting. Portland a chance to take their first lead. Found a few opportunities. Now 2 hits. Chance for their 3rd in this inning after entering the inning with no hits overall. 2-1 popped in the air. It's slicing foul. Goes foul. Do the 2-2 one more time. So Tanner Griffith, WCL All-Star, 18 RBIs this season. Chance for number 19 here to drive in the go-ahead run. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-1 the score. Pitch in, bounce towards the right side. Mullins Fields throws over to first, and that'll do it for the Pickles, but not before one is left stranded after 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Heading on to the 6th inning, brand new ball game. 1-1 the score here on the Drifters live stream.
Trevor's in the chicken costume tonight. Make it loud for Trevor, everybody. All right, he's going to race Dylan. Count him down. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hot start for Trevor. Kind of trotting a little bit. He's already in his home run trot. I think he knows that he can beat Dylan at any second here. Dylan's gaining, though. Dylan's gaining on him. No quitting that pickle. Come on, Dylan. Oh, Trevor's just out for a stroll now. He doesn't even care that he got murdered by a pickle. Let's hear for Dylan T. Pickle, #1 mascot in all the world. One heck of a racer also. Trying to get in the Olympic trials.
New pitcher on the mound for your Pickles, and we always cheer our relief pitchers here at Walker Stadium. From BYU, number 47, Nolan Pickles. Want to wish a very special happy birthday. She's a day 1 host family, Jeannie Marquette.
Happy birthday, Jeannie.
Happy birthday, Jeannie.
Number 30, Garrett Cooper.
Top of the 6th inning, 1-1 the score. Springfield coming up to hit with a new pitcher in the game for Portland, Nolan Ficklin. The left-hander heading out to BYU next season. Throws a first pitch strike to Garrett Cooper on 1. Cooper a strikeout and a pop-up so far. Looks at the second pitch for a strike from Ficklin. 0-2. Murphy Ginger, the right-hander from Northern Colorado. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, a run earned. That run came in on the big blast by Elijah Maris. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 55 total pitches for Ginger across 5 innings. Got better as the game went on. 10 pitches, 6 pitches, 7 pitches in the final 3 frames respectively. Cooper swings and fouls off the 0-2. We'll do it again. So Nolan Ficklin into the game. His 7th appearance this season, a 2.00 ERA. Gave up 2 earned runs against Bend in his first outing since that point. Has not allowed an earned run this season across his final 5 appearances. Swing and a miss by Cooper, his 2nd strikeout at the plate. First strikeout for the southpaw in Ficklin. As he starts his day with 4 pitches, all of them strikes, and gets a strikeout to Cooper for out number 1 here on the 6th. 1-1 the score. Portland able to tie after 2 hits brought in 1 run in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Springfield offensively looks to put their 2nd run on the board. They've had 5 hits so far, but they've been spread apart, and Haven't had a big RBI hit other than the big blast by Maris. Kinsey takes a first pitch strike from Ficklin, 0-1. Ficklin threw earlier this year against Springfield, looked really, really good in that 5-4 loss. Misses up and away, 1-1. Through 3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. The walk and 2 strikeouts. Springfield needed that extra run. They hung on and won by that 1 run. Kinsey swings and misses. An 89 blown right past him as Ficklin, the southpaw from St. George, gets ahead 1-2. Not the biggest stature. Ficklin 5'11", 175, but with some gas. The 1-2. Looked at, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Springfield offensively, and it is a Springfield team that has the 3rd most strikeouts in the WCL. It's a team that has struggled this season with the swing and miss. Now they're 5th overall of the game. Back-to-back here in the 6th, and now Elijah Maris 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. 1-1 the score. Top of the 6th with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to Maris, swings and fouls it away, 0-1. So Maris, couple of hits off of Murphy Ginger, and now looking to go 3 for 3 here. Put the 6th hit on the board for Springfield. No ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled off by Maris. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Ficklin looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The lefty delivers. Just outside. 1-2. 90 miles per hour just off the edge of the plate. Do it once again. The 1-2 pitch from Ficklin. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right now, Portland in 2nd place in the WCL South. It's in the second half of the season, trailing just the Ridgefield Raptors, 13-0 to start the second half. Maris fouls it off. Do the 2-2 again. How about the Raptors, though? Swept Springfield, won 13 straight, including one yesterday against Corvallis. Corvallis has already clinched their spot in the WCL playoffs. Ridgefield right now leading for that 2nd overall spot. Portland in playoff position as of right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ficklin's pitch. Just misses low. 3-2. So Maris has worked a full count here with 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Maris has fouled off a couple of pitches with 2 strikes. So far, 7 pitches in the at-bat. 8th pitch coming up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Ficklin. Chopped up the middle. Backhanded by Govea. The throw over from Govea to first retires Maris for out number 3. 1-2-3, the Drifters go in the top of the 6th, heading to the bottom of 6. 1-1 the score here on the Drifters live stream.
Excited to offer summer camp for kids ages 8 to 14 this summer. Full and half-day options available. Learn pickleball in a fun, supportive environment. Visit thepicklessports.com for more information. Jeremiah, did you purchase a Launch-A-Ball tonight?
I have several Launch-A-Balls ready to launch.
You know where you need to go?
To the left field foul pole. Is that right?
Yeah, if you purchased a Launch-A-Ball, now is the time to make your way over to the left field foul pole. I would wait for you. Jeremiah will not. So you better get over there.
You got 3 outs to get over
Right
there
there.
and get ready to launch those balls.
Jeremiah, kind of an amazing night.
This is great.
Several dozen birthdays that we have tonight.
Wow.
First up, turning 11, Koya Redner. Happy birthday, Koya.
Happy birthday, dude.
The big 1-1.
Big double ones.
Jake Farrell is 28.
Farrell?
Farrell.
Farrell cat?
Jake Farrell. No, but we have a cat's birthday. It is Chin Chin's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Don't know if Chin Chin's here. Someone passed the message along. Happy birthday to Louie. Jonah Higgins is 27 today, and it's Catherine's birthday. Catherine is a mom, teacher, and awesome human. Happy birthday, Catherine.
Bottom of the sixth inning, 1-1 the score. Gabe Howard still out there for Springfield. He gave up a run on 2 hits last inning. It's been the only blemish so far for Howard, the right-hander heading off to Oregon next season. His final outing as a Springfield Drifter. First pitch now to Alex Govea, taken for a strike, 0-1. Govea so far 0 for 2, fly out to center and a ground ball into a double play. A big ground ball issued by Howard with the bases loaded and 1 out. Govea waits for an off-speed pitch and pokes it into right field for a base hit. Govea gets a leadoff single. And this 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Dalton Mayshore.
Next up for the Pickles.
Mayshore also 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out so far from Mayshore. Pickles now with 3 hits in the game. It is a 1-1 game so far. Approaching an hour and 20 minutes into this ball game. Howard's first pitch popped in the air towards left field. Charging in is Dylan Osborne, racing in near Maris, the shortstop, makes the catch just shy of the dirt. And it was a little bit of confusion between the 2 out in shallow left field. Ultimately, it is a pop out to Osborne. Round number 1. Runner at first, 1 out, 1-1 the score, bottom of the 6th, and now Britton Beeson. Beeson 0 for 2, ground out to second, fly out to left. Drifters pitching doing a good job against the middle of the order for Portland. In fact, they've done a good job pitching, period. Just the 3 hits allowed, and 2 of them came last inning. Throw back towards first, sliding back in there safely is Govea. Did a good job through the first 4 innings. No hits allowed through the first 4 and a third. And then it was a double by Connor Stewart last inning to get the party going. Ground ball to second with 1 out. And quickly there's 2 outs, runner at third. But Patrick Keegren rocketed 1 to third. Made up Kedron Kinsey and allowed the tying run to come in and score. Pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Nate Stevens has returned to Springfield, doing a good job catching behind the plate. Keeping it in front of him. Just based on the limited observation, it seems like Stevens a little bit more sure-handed defensively at this point in his Springfield career. Certainly has developed more over the past 2 years. 1-0, taken down low, 2-0. He's splitting time at Bushnell with Kyle Casperson as well as Brandon Reed. All 3 of them former Drifters. In fact, if you actually look, Kyle Casperson, who currently coaches for the Drifters 16U team and is going to be the head coach at Springfield High School next season. He actually led the team in batting average last season. 2-0, found a way, 2-1. He only played 3 games, I believe, and I think he may have gone something like 4 for 6. But based on just the batters that registered in a bat last season, he was leading the team in batting average, and so last year's leader split time with Nate Stevens at Bushnell this past spring, and now Stevens with 2 more years of eligibility, still playing for the Beacons. Line drive right up to center field. Gage Bruce maybe took a step in for making the catch. Round number 2. Runner at first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, 1-1 the score. Brings up Tony Otis. Good contact from Beeson, a hard line out, 103 off the bat. So here's Otis, so far 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts looking. Looking to avoid the hat trick here, the sombrero. First pitch, up and away, 1-0. So Stevens, he still has 2 more years of NAI eligibility, no more years of NCAA eligibility after he started his career at Arkansas, transferred over to Johnson City Community College. And then from there, he went to Washington State before transferring over to Bushnell. And so he's used all of his NCAA eligibility, but still 2 more years of NAI eligibility, and he's pretty content about staying in university, getting his degree paid for, and getting that master's degree, currently working as a school counselor during his off time. 1 ball, no strikes. Pickle crowd getting loud as the ball is ripped down the left field line by Tony Otis. Govea heads the third. He's held up at third as the throw comes in from Osborne in left field. And it's a double for Tony Otis. But two in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 6th. So not the end of the world right now for Howard, who has a chance to get out of this inning without allowing a run. But Tony Otis picks up his 6th double of this season, his 10th extra base hit. And Otis, who had a double and a home run against Springfield in that first series, now finds himself at second with a stand-up double.
Go crazy for Kevin Ferguson.
Now Kevin Ferguson to the plate. Chance to give the Pickles the lead in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 the score. Howard going to keep it a tie game. First pitch, Ferguson takes up and away, 1-0. Ferguson hitless so far, 2 ground outs to second. Howard looking for a 3rd ground out to 2. 1 ball and no strikes. Howard nods and comes set. Pitch in from Howard. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Right now, it doesn't look like anyone's warming up for Springfield in their bullpen. Pitch in. Taken for a strike. 1-2. So Howard gets ahead 1-2. Nice 89-mile-per-hour fastball from Howard. 2 strikeouts so far. Looking for his 3rd. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Howard out of the stretch. Fires to the plate, up and away. 2-2. Ballpark lively here at Walker Stadium. It's a crowd looking to see their hometown Pickles take the lead. Howard looking to shush the crowd. 2-2 pitch. Looked at down low. Count's gone full. First base is open. Not the end-all be-all if you walk Ferguson here. Connor Stewart on deck, though. Had the first hit of the game in the last inning. That was for the Pickles. 3-2 pitch. Looped out towards shallow center field. Mullins can't catch up to it, and that allows Govea to come in and score. Right behind him is Otis. It's a 2 RBI single for Kevin Ferguson, who just softly drops it to center field for a 2 RBI single, and the Pickles now lead 3-1. Just 61 miles per hour off the bat of Ferguson, able to just poke it into center field. The Pickles now lead for the first time today, 3-1. So now runner up first, 2 outs. Here's Connor Stewart, who mentioned had the first hit for the Pickles last inning, hit a double. Throw back to first, Ferguson back there safely.
Nice job with the replay, friends. Well done.
First pitch to Ferguson, or rather Stewart is fouled back, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Stewart a whack and a double so far.
Let's go, Pickle!
And the Pickle fans making some noise here in front of a sellout crowd at Walker Stadium. It is completely packed for a Tuesday. The 0-1 rounder foul. 0-2.
Grab over there. Patrick Keegan reaching out and grabbing that one. Well done, Fred.
I believe the bullpen is out towards the right field side. Really tough to see with the crowd here. It looks like they have fans right on the right field wall, and maybe the bullpen right behind there. Potentially a Drifters pitcher warming up. No balls and 2 strikes. Howard looking to complete his 4th inning of relief work. Now 2 to Stewart. Looked in outside, throw back towards first, and it goes up the right field line. Staying at first base is Ferguson, though, as Cooper collects in right field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Howard looking for the final strike. get out of this inning with just the 2 runs coming in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Howard. Upstairs. 2-1. So at one point, Springfield was out hitting Portland 5-0. They were leading 1-0, and since that point, it's been 3 unanswered runs and 5 unanswered hits. Each team with 5 hits now. 2-2 pitch. Reached for, lifted in the air towards left field. Osborne, an awkward read, but he's able to range back and make the catch for the final out. The 2 runs come in on 3 hits, 1 left stranded, no errors defensively. Heading to the 7th, 3-1 the score. Pickles with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
Balls into hula hoops presented by Straightaway Cocktails, Jeremiah.
All right, it is that time of the night. The interns are getting the old course set up there. They got the hula hoops. They got everything they need. All right, give me the signal when you're ready there, interns. Nobody fall down this time. All right, count down. 3, 2, 1. Launch those balls. 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 Launch those balls.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. No more ball launching.
You're too late. Yeah, there's always one. None of those count. We'll tally up the results, let you know who won, and that's how you play Launch a Ball.
Welcome home, Joe. I missed you so much.
You too. Missed everybody here.
Joe, we have some friends in the stadium here from,
Oh?
from Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia.
Down under.
Yeah. My friend
Down under.
Fraser, Deanna, and Sandra.
Oldie, oldie, oldie.
Oldie, oldie, oldie. They're here to watch soccer, but they came to a Pickles game.
Even better.
Even better.
Thanks for being here.
Chug a beer bag, you dirty Aussie. Do it. Come on. Do it right now. Come on. Bye. Christian Torres, by the way. Christian Torres, 13th birthday up here. 206. Let's hear it for Christian, everybody. Happy birthday, buddy. 13 years old today. So many birthdays.
I got another one for you.
Oh.
It's Aunt Catherine's birthday.
Oh, Aunt Catherine.
Aunt Catherine is a premier polo player.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like on a horse?
like on a horse, dude. Happy birthday, Aunt Catherine. Thanks for being here.
Aunt Catherine.
Salt of the earth.
She's a wild card.
Number 41, Dylan Osborne.
Three to one the score. Portland with the lead here on the top of the 7th inning. Nolan Ficklin still in there as the first pitch is a half swing by Dylan Osborne. Rolled over towards second. Alex Govea fields it underhands towards first base. Ground number 1. 4-3 ground out with nobody on, and now 1 out for Nate Stevens. He'll be followed by Andrew Gunner, 6 and 7 in the lineup. Now Osborne now 0 for 2 with a walk. Stevens 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a ground out into a double play. Ficklin coming in after a 1-2-3-6 inning. It's a swing and a foul off to Stevens to start here in the 7th, 0-1. Stevens was playing for the Portland Gherkins out in the Wild Wild West League. Splitting time out at Chemackata Community College and here at Walker Stadium. Pops it up towards center field. Tony Otis takes a few steps in, makes a catch. Quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 7th, and it brings up Andrew Gunner. Got a 2 singles so far. Well struck on both of them. 103 the first time, 93 the second time off the bat. And now Ghana, the right-handed hitter from Cal State Northridge, digs in, and a 3-1 ball game. Pickles with the lead.
Please do not fill it full of whiskey and chug it, friends. We would like you to be here tomorrow night. Pitch on the way outside.
Pitch outside, 1-0 to Andrew Gunner. So Ghana responsible for 40% of the Drifters' hits. The 1-0. Taken down low. 2-0. Another 40% of the hits. Elijah Maris. The two of them have 4 of the 5 hits so far for Springfield. Ghana looking for his third. We go 3 for 3. The 2-0 from Ficklin. Fouled back. 2-1. It looks like Ghana's seeing the ball well. He had a fun time up at the West Edmonton Mall. The entire team got to go there on Saturday. After the game was canceled, had to deliver the news to everybody. We were all sitting around Lululemon looking at clothes when I had to deliver the news. The game was canceled that night due to the air quality. 2-1 fouled away 2-2. And I was with Andrew, Cooper Jones, Andy Miller, and a few others. And they're all there, and they are all disappointed, of course. They wanted to play baseball, but they got to enjoy the mall a little bit. And I know that a lot of the players, they were quite surprised to see hockey actually being played in the middle of the West Edmonton Mall. Down away, 3-2. And youth hockey happening. Kids looked like maybe like 10 years old. They were playing some high-quality hockey out there in Edmonton. Looked really, really good. Like, they were moving around on the ice for sure. 3-2, driven deep in the air towards left field. Britton Beeson watches it up, and Otis makes the catch. Well struck once again from Ghana, but it dies out in center field as Otis, the center fielder, makes the grab for the final out. 3 up, 3 down, the Drifters go, heading to stretch time here in Portland. 3-1, Pickles leading here on the Drifters live stream.
I like this song. Take me out to the ball game. I ever get back more and root. Fail. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Ball game. All right, Walker Stadium. What a Tuesday, huh?
What a great crowd. What a terrible job of staying together on that song. I'll tell you that much.
You know, that's the beauty of that song.
So good.
Walker Stadium, let's get loud again, huh? Can we make some noise for the boys? All right. Love it. Oh yeah, Joe, have you been here since we started doing Louie? After taking out the ball game?
I love it.
Yeah,
Does everybody in the ballpark love it?
yeah, President Ron decreed it.
Oh, sure.
I voted for Matt Moore, but he didn't like it.
Down pitching number 13. Trevor Hammond.
Shout out to Nick Beatty in the crowd here tonight.
Oh, I have to give Simpsons memorabilia out, Jeremiah.
Ooh, what do you got, Joe?
I've got a very complicated trivia question. The first person to come to the party deck wins something very cool that I'm not even going to describe yet. All right.
Okay.
Who shot Mr. Burns? One of the most famous season finales in Simpsons history.
Wait
Now
for the end of the question.
Now, we all know Maggie did it. Settle down. Las Vegas set odds over the summer because it was a cliffhanger. What were the odds of Maggie Simpson shooting Mr. Burns? The first person to come here and tell me the correct answer wins fabulous Simpsons memorabilia. I can't say it again. Someone's batting. Leading off the bottom of the 7th, number 3, Jack Metcho.
Jack Metcho, Patrick Keegren, and Tanner Griffith. Batters 9, 1, and 2. Set to face off against the new pitcher in the game for Springfield. It's left-hander Trevor Hammond from Bushnell. First pitch, grounder, foul by Metcho. 0-1. Metcho 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out so far.
Juan Lopez is
Now,
the winner. The odds for
his day is done. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, 59 pitches for Howard in his final outing as a Springfield Drifter. And now we go from Howard to Hammond. The 0-1 from Hammond. A little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Metcho, who again has struggled this season at the plate.
Buy 50-50 raffle tickets if you don't win the big prize.
Metcho with just 6 hits this season.
Movie on Blu-ray.
Looking for his 7th here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th, 3-1 the score. Pickles with the lead, and nobody on and nobody out. Metcho fouls it off. 1-2. Trevor Hammond, the southpaw from Bushnell, the senior, appearing for the 9th time this season. Throwing to his catcher, Nate Stevens, also a Bushnell beacon. So the 9th game for Hammond. 8th time out of the bullpen. 11 innings pitched with 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 9 hits allowed. 0-1 record and a 3.27 ERA. Metcho pops it in the air, deep towards left field. Osborne at the track, reaches up, and does not make the catch as he slams in the wall. It looked like a close play in which he almost reached over, made the catch, and I thought he did make the catch. They called it safe. Alan Embry is out of the dugout, beside himself. And Osborne is shaken up out in left field. He crashed right into the wall, and the wall looks to be a little bent out there. And so they're out there trying to make sure that Osborne's okay. Alan Embry just turned around and had a few words towards Brian Zielinski. And now Sam Weber sprinting out of the dugout.
So it looks like Dylan Osborne is going to be lifted for number 26.
So it looks like
How about a hand for the
Sam
left fielder? That was
Weber
a
and
tremendous effort. Give him a round of applause. Dylan Osborne.
So Metcho is going to get his 7th hit of the season. Sent it 310 feet to left field. Almost cleared the wall for his first home run. Then gets a second double. Valiant effort for Osborne, who I thought made the catch. And he now limps back towards the Drifters' dugout. Now runner at second.
Number 16, Patrick Egret.
So now top of the order due up. Patrick Keegren to the plate. Nobody out, and runner at second. Keegren swings, pops it up towards right field, and it tails off foul. 0-1. It is a packed facility here at Walker Stadium. Overflow on both sides out towards left field and right field. Both of the berms completely packed. Quite the experience for myself. Make my first appearance here to Walker Stadium. Raving reviews, and it certainly has lived up to the hype. And Patrick Keegren, who leads the league in hit by pitches, gets hit once again. Another hit by pitch for Keegren, who adds on to his league total at his 17th of the season. 2-1, nobody out. Tanner Griffith now to the plate. 3-1 the score. Pickles leading, bottom of the 7th. Griffith so far hit by pitch, walk and a ground out. Hammond looking for a bounce back pitch here. Going to force a double play. Infield comes in, expecting a bunt here. Trying to advance 2 runners into scoring position. Griffith shows bunt, bunts to the third base side, and it goes foul. Left of the line, 0-1. Pickles once again lead the league in sacrifice hits this season. Have 51 entering today. It's quite the total for the Pickles. Under Coach Maggs have just loved to run freely. Small ball has certainly been the way the Pickles have found success, and it's working once again this season. Helped them to a 28-11 record, 11-3 record in the second half of the season. 0-1 from Hammond, bunt shown once again, bunted right back to Hammond. He fields, flips over to first base, and gets the sack bunt there to Griffith. So Keegren moves over to second. Metcho to third. Now 2 in scoring possession, 1 out. And it brings up Alex Govea. Two-run game, 3-1 the score. Pickles with the lead, bottom of the 7th. Good Alex Govea, who singled and scored last inning to get things started. Coming up to the plate for the 4th time. Grounded into a double play and flew out before that. Infield comes in with 1 out and 2 in scoring position. Hammond looking to keep it a 2-run game within reach for Springfield come 8th inning. Fires in, down and away, 1-0.
Govea 1 for 3, single, run scored.
So 1 ball and no strike with 1 out.
Runners get their lead. Metro a much
Hammond
lead at third, and
had his
shot at second.
poorest outing in his last appearance, and now Matt Hubbs out to talk things over with him. And Hammond gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits and a walk in his last outing against Cowlitz. That was an 11-4 game. Prior to that point, he was excellent. Just 1 earned run across his first 10 innings of the season.
10 Barrel hanging out in the party plaza. You can pick up pub beer all across the stadium.
Now Hubbs joining in on the conversation with the rest of the infield.
That's a tasty beverage. Nice work, 10
In a fun
Barrel.
environment out here at Locker Stadium. Knight Jarecki happy to be joining you on the road for the 2nd time this season here on the Drifters live stream. Thank you for joining us here today on this Tuesday afternoon.
Love your products. Oh, that was Jennifer. I had no idea, Jennifer.
Corvallis Knights hang on to the feet.
Thanks for being here.
Undefeated in the second half. Ridgefield Raptors 7-5. Those friends are your West Coast Eagles.
So 1 ball, no strikes after the conversation. Govea with a chance to drive in 2 more runs with his team leading by 2. Springfield was leading 1-0 for a majority of this game, but it's been 3 unanswered runs and 6 unanswered hits by the Pickles. Govea takes the 1-0 for a strike. 1-1 called strike.
Let's go, Pickles.
Called by home plate umpire Dana Cruz.
Let's go, Pickles. Let's go, Pickles.
1 ball and 1 strike. Hammond's pitch. Grounded to the left side. Maris charges in, looks back towards third before going to first and getting out there. Good job by Maris, the shortstop. Looking back towards third and keeping Metcho there. And a big second out on the board with 2 in scoring position in a 2-run game here on the bottom of the 7th. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Dalton Mayshore.
Next up, number 2.
Mayshore transferring over to South Carolina next season out in Columbia after an impressive year at St. Mary's in which he hit .338 this past year for the Gales. 13 home runs, 17 doubles, 4 triples for Mayshore, who looks at the pitch for a strike, 0-1. But he's been hitless so far today, 0 for 3. Powerful bat in the order from Eagle, Idaho. 5'10", 195 pounds is Mayshore. The big pop on his bat. The 0-1 from Hammond. Lined out towards right field. It's staying up for Garrett Cooper, who makes the catch for the final out. 2 left stranded after 1 hit, a hit by pitch. No runs, no hits, rather 1 hit and no errors. Heading to the 8th inning, 3-1 the score here on the Drifters live stream.
Lucky, did I just see you a second ago, bud? Let's pull some tickets. Unless we're not ready, in which case we can just do it later.
What do you guys think? Are we ready for 50-50?
Yeah. Another half inning.
There's Lucky.
The biggest pot we've had all season.
Oh, hey.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that is a lot of money.
Are we ready, though, Joseph? No, we're not ready.
No, we're not ready.
All right. Well,
We're building anticipation ready. you know?
everyone looks ready.
I hope they are. Well, good news out of Ridgefield. The reign of terror is finally over.
Yay!
After winning 13 straight games, the one time we're happy the Knights win. The Knights take care of business 7-5.
3-1 the score.
Edwards? All right, let's go with Ryder Edwards, shall we?
First pitch here in the top of the 8th inning comes in a strike, 0-1. So a new pitcher in the game, we believe, is Ryder Edwards, who's now wearing number 00 today. He typically wears number 49, but Ryder Edwards in for the 9th time this season. Swinging a miss by Dylan Carson. Quickly 0-2 to the DH today, who's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. So Ryder Edwards in for Nolan Ficklin, and Ficklin was excellent through 2 innings, and now Edwards comes in with the Pickles leading by 2. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, a strikeout for presumably Edwards for out number 1. Brings up Cooper Mullins. He'll be followed by Gage Bruce, 9-1 in the order. So Nolan Ficklin, 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts, 25 pitches. Saw 6 batters, retired all 6 of them. Drifters with 1 run on 5 hits so far. Have 5 outs to work with to score 2 runs or more. First pitch in for a strike from Edwards, 0-1. So we presume this is Ryder Edwards wearing the 0-0 jersey today. At least that's the information we've just been given in the press box. Edwards, a right-hander from Newburgh, Oregon, delivers just off the edge of the plate, 1-1. 6'2", 180 pounds, heading into his junior season at George Fox. Went to Paraclete High School out in Lancaster. 2-0 his record this season with the Pickles, a 3.27 ERA. Mullins swings and fouls it off. 90 miles per hour from Edwards, 1-2.
Ian, do you have a second? Could you go tell Joe Simons that we think that's Carter Delaney? Thanks, Frank. I appreciate that.
1-2. Grounded right back up the middle, and it gets past the pitcher. So Mullins gets a single. So 1 out runner at first, and now the tying runner to the plate, and it's going to be Gage Bruce here on the top of the 8th. Runner at first, 1 out.
What was that? Oh, you told Courtney?
So now out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Popped out of play.
Hands up, everybody.
So we might actually be Carter Delaney. So we'll have to wait and see who the actual official pitcher is wearing 0-0 today. Breaking ball inside, 1-1. So here's Gage Bruce. Single his first time up. Pop up and a ground out since that point. One of the few players with a hit so far today for Springfield. Turning Andrew Ghana, Elijah Maris, and now Cooper Mullins. Swinging a foul off by Bruce. 1-2. So Mullins doing his job in the 9-hole spot. Really cool pyrotechnics they have here in Portland. They have some sort of light machine that's showing a light through the netting behind the plate and then also on the trees out in center field. Quite the sight to see out here at Walker Stadium. All the little gadgets they have here for the Pickles. 1-2 pitch to Bruce. Swing and a miss. A strikeout from the pitcher, who again we believe is either Ryder Edwards or Carter Delaney. Get you official update after this inning. Nobody knows exactly who it is. Now 2 outs, runner at first, throw back to first. Diving back in there safely is Mullins.
Timeout being called over. Pinch runner. And we got a pinch runner.
So pinch runner now coming in, Danny Womack. So Danny Womack into the game for Cooper Mullins. First pitch, up and away to Garrett Cooper, 1-0. So Mullins exits for Womack, who's been a primary pinch runner this season for Springfield. Product out of Lubbock Christian, the lone Lubbock Christian player on the team now after Tyler Manio's exit. Garrett Cooper takes down low, 2-0. Good crowd here today in Portland. Dylan the Pickle dancing around with a donut on his chest. Giving a fan a lap dance right now. 2-0. Up and away, throw back towards first. The tag. And no. Oh, it looked like it was out from up here. I'm a bit shocked. I think the Pickles fans are also in my party. It was a late call by Brian Zielinski, field umpire, and whew, I thought the tag was there to get Womack, who was inching his way over towards second. Really close one that did not break in the Pickles' favor. The Drifters get a break here. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Cooper. Taken all the way. In for a strike, 3-1. Drifters trailing 3-1 here on the top of the 8th. Kendron Kinsey on deck, hoping to get in a chance here in this 8th inning. Garrett Cooper rattles the bat and pops it out of play.
If your ticket
3-2.
6686039, 6686039, you win $439 American dollars.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on its way is fouled out. Womack on the move on the pitch with the 3-2 count.
Once again, 66860.
Drifters with their first hit since the 5th inning in this inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitcher comes set for Portland. Pitch in, runner on the move is fouled back. Cooper stays alive once again. He's struck out twice at the plate so far today. Going to avoid strikeout here. Womack going to be on the move, the payoff pitch. Outside. And Cooper walks with 2 outs to extend the inning. Puts the tying run on base. And a runner in scoring position for Springfield and Kendron Kinsey. And now Brian Grant coming out.
We need you to hurry up because we're going to give out some Simpsons DVDs.
Brian Grant, the pitching coach, out.
What a great time to come collect.
We'll see if he takes the ball from this pitcher. We're in number 0-0 today. Kendron Kinsey. So, I believe we have officially ruled that this is Carter Delaney. Three to 1 the score. Portland with the lead. Top of the 8th inning. Springfield looking to come back and tie the game after leading for the first 4 innings. Losing the lead in the 5th on a tough play that ate up Kendron Kinsey at third base. It tied it at 1, and then 2 runs came in the 6th. Both teams held scoreless in the 7th, and now Springfield a chance offensively with the tying run at base. And the go-ahead run coming to the plate in Kendron Kinsey. So Kinsey looking for his first hit. Be quite the spot right here with Delaney on the bump. Pitch in. Kinsey takes a strike going 1.
He's the big winner, $439 and a hug from Lucky Intern. That might be worth more.
So Carter Delaney, 6'6", 200-pound right-hander from UC Davis. Getting up 2 earned runs this season. The 0-1 pitch, Kinsey fouls it off, 0-2. This is his first outing since he last threw against Springfield July 11th. That was 12 days ago.
I was kidding, Lucky.
He threw 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts against Springfield, and a 6-0 victory for the Pickles. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch into Kinsey, swing and a miss, a strikeout for Delaney. And that'll do it for the Drifters. It's a 3-strikeout inning for Delaney. 2 left stranded after 1 hit in the inning with a walk allowed. No runs and no errors. Into the bottom of the 8th. Pickles, extra insurance if they want it. The bottom of the 8th, we'll find out here on the Drifters live stream.
no chance for the people that speak English.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th, number 18, Britton Beeson.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 3-1 the score. Pickles with the lead. A new pitcher in the game for Springfield. The fourth pitcher today. It's the new addition of the team, Diego Carrillo, who gets a first pitch foul off to Britton Beeson, 0-1. Beeson 0 for 3, followed by Tony Otis and Kevin Ferguson. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Portland Pickels. 3-1, Pickles leading. Carrillo looking to keep it a 2-run game for the 9th inning for Springfield, who will have middle of the order 3, 4, 5 due up. Elijah Maris, Dylan Osborne, make it Sam Weber, as Osborne exited earlier with the injury and the play to the left field wall. And Stevens after that. 1-1 pitch. Carrillo gets a swing and a miss. 1-2. It's now first outing of the year for Springfield for Carrillo. Recently added to the team from the Cascade Collegiate League Showcase team, one of the pitchers that threw against Springfield in those 2 non-league games, and he looked really, really good. And now his first outing of the year for Springfield. Mags out to talk things over. Conversation with Dana Cruz. The pair break. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Britton Beeson. So Diego Carrillo, right-hander, committed to Yakima Valley Community College, I believe. Carrillo shakes his head, now deals, 1-2, drops just inside.
The Simpsons movie on Blu-ray, and you can too with your ticket holder number 6686064.
Simpsons night here at Walker Stadium, giving out free The Simpsons movies out here to some lucky fans with the right ticket. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball inside. Just misses the low inside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice break, though. 14 inches of horizontal break, 11 inches of vertical break, and now inside. So a walk to Britton Beeson, puts a runner at first. Nobody out here on the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 the score. Portland with the lead. Going to bring up Tony Otis now.
Number 9, Tony Otis.
So here's Otis, the University of Pacific product from Las Vegas. Doubled and scored his last time up in the 6th. Before that, 2 strikeouts looking. Shows bunt, bunts it up towards the first base side. Gotta trying to get to it, but cannot. Drops foul, 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Carrillo looking for a ground ball. Danny Womack remains in the game, the second baseman for Springfield. The 0-1 will have to wait. Throw back towards first. Kinda keeping an eye on Britton Beeson. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch into Otis. Looked at. A little bit high. 87 from the right-hander. One ball and 1 strike. Carrillo is first outing of the year for Springfield, one of the 3 pitchers added to the roster today. Team just needed to get through that weekend at Edmonton before reinforcements came in, and they certainly have come in. 1 ball lined out towards left field, and Otis gets his second hit. Britton Beeson moves over to second, and now 2 on with nobody out here on the bottom of the 8th inning. Chance to add on to their lead for Portland, leading 3-1. And it's going to bring up Kevin Ferguson. 2 RBI single for Ferguson, his last time up. Clutch 2-out hit. Gave the Pickles the lead. Corner of the infield comes in, expecting a sacrifice bunt from Ferguson. Again, it's a Pickles team that leads the league in sacrifice bunts. Sacrifice hits this season. Carrillo's first pitch, bunt shown. Beautiful bunt behind the plate. Stevens picks it up and throws over to first base and gets Ferguson. Beeson moves over towards third and Otis over to second. 2 in scoring position, 1 out here on the bottom of the 8th. And now Connor Stewart,
Number 20.
1 for 2, double, run scored in the 5th. Walk before that in the 3rd. And now conversation for the offense. I'll talk him. I think they're wondering maybe talking strategy. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a squeeze attempt here. The Pickles leading 3-1. Love to stretch across a 3rd run. At least add on to their lead.
All right.
Alan Embry coming out to talk things over with Dana Cruz.
668-6064. 668-6064. Come claim your Simpsons movie Blu-ray.
Pickles crowd is certainly a fun one. Crowd that loves to drink, and I think that this is an environment where there's a lot of drinking promoted throughout. They had the 10-cent beer night brought to you by Pub Beer, and that was a crazy night here. Apparently it was just little shot glasses of Pub Beer. They weren't selling the actual full cans of beer.
Already got it. I assume so.
Quite the promotion, though. I'm sure that a lot of fans
Yeah.
waited
We'll
in
give one
line.
of these guys.
And maybe a little bit disappointed couldn't get into the front. So Connor Stewart is going to be intentionally walked to load the bases. The Drifters trailing by 2, looking for the double play here.
Number 3, Jack Metcho.
Jack Metcho coming to the plate. And this is certainly the matchup you like. Metcho did pick up his 7th hit of the season. And his last time up, it was a double to left field that almost went the distance. But now up to 7 hits in 49 at bats this season. As bases loaded, 1 out. And Carrillo is going to work out of the windup here, looking for a double play ball. Carrillo's first pitch hit. Looked at outside, 1-0 to Metcho. Other than the double last inning, or ground out and a walk for Metcho. One ball and no strikes in this 3-1 ball game. Carrillo nods his head. Now lines and fires. Foul tipped into the mid of Stevens.
The latest winner
1-1.
of a Simpsons movie Blu-ray. We have one more to give away.
I think that person is on their way to the party deck right now, Joe. Walker Stadium, we got the bases loaded here. Let's get it.
Bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Pickles trying to add on to their lead. Diego Carrillo lines and fires a 1-1 pitch inside. 2-1. That's certainly been where the right-handers missed so far.
Let's go, Pickles.
On that pitch inside.
Let's
To those
go,
right-handed
Pickles.
hitters. Crowd one of the loudest it's been all night long.
Let's go, Pickles.
2 balls and 1 strike. Carrillo shakes once. Now shakes again. And a time is called.
Let's go, Pickles. Let's go, Pickles.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Pickles.
3-1 is the count, it looks like. So there
Now,
was
maybe a pitch clock violation. Maybe 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Popped in the air pretty deep out towards right center field. Gage Bruce gets called off by the right fielder, Garrett Cooper. The throw goes to third. Coming in to score from third base is Britton Beeson. Tony Overs over to third base, and it's a sacrifice fly. by Jack Metcho to bring in the 4th run of the game for Portland.
What is that?
Now Alan Embry coming out, and he's going to ask for a new pitcher. It looks like a pitching change coming. Carrillo couldn't get through the inning. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, 4-1 the score. Pickles leading, bottom of the 8th. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half of this break here on the Drifters Live Stream.
Right now. It's a conch shell.
Wow.
Nothing says Pickles runs like a conch shell.
Look at that conch shell, yeah.
I don't even know how to do that.
You can hear the ocean.
It's like Lord of the Flies all over again. Bad news.
The laser is requesting no more conch shell, please. The laser has spoken.
I think if I would have known what it was, that was literally, that was terrifying.
Now, are they going the lasers or the conch shell?
Shell. Shell.
I still can't tell.
That was haunting.
Jeremiah, you know, you think it's going to be one kind of night at Walker Stadium, and all of a sudden people are chanting conch shell.
I know.
Wow.
I don't want to put the micro. It doesn't need a microphone. That is a weird noise. That is haunting. That's like the first time I heard Van Morrison. That is really a weird noise. It's gonna rock my gypsy soul. Oh my god.
Also, where's that thing been for 8 innings?
Yeah, well, 4th run only. 4th
I like
run
it.
only for the count.
Some discretion.
Yeah, can't do it every time. I expected that out of the weird Australian people, not that one.
That should honestly be the bit, is the conch shell only for the 4th run of the game.
I like that. One more time for our friends here from Melbourne, everybody, huh? Give them a hand.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Fraser and Sandra and Deanna and the other one that won't talk. I don't know. She's something wrong with her.
Now batting. Hat-trick. Ingrid.
Down here in the bottom of the
2 outs and 2 on, with the runners on the corners in a 4-1 game. Bottom of the 8th, Taylor Langworthy, the right-hander from Clark Community College, deals outside 1-0. Langworthy comes in for Diego Carrillo. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run so far, with 1 walk, 1 intentional walk. No strikeouts and 14 pitches for Carrillo in his Drifters debut. Langworthy in to get the final out here in the 8th and give the offense a chance, trailing by just 3 in the 9th. Pitch down and inside, throw back to third, and it's Kinsey, who has no play. Antonioto standing at third base. Connor Stewart over at first. So here's Taylor Langworthy, in for the 5th time this season, just the 2nd time out of the bullpen. Probably an in-game BP for Mr. Langworthy, the right-hander from Eugene, Oregon, who last threw against Ridgefield on the 13th. 2-0. Just misses the zone. A little bit low. Now 3 balls and no strikes to Patrick Keegren. Fly out, strikeout, RBI single, and hit by pitch so far for Keegren. 3 balls and no strikes. Runner on the move. In for a strike, 3-1. It looked like Stewart was trying to get himself into a rundown, and he just barely walked over to second. He's now 2 in scoring position in a 3-run game, 4-1 the score. And now the Pickles have an opportunity here to drive in 2 runs and stretch the lead to 5. Langworthy takes a breath. 3-1 pitch. Hits inside, and Keegren gets hit by a pitch yet again. That is the 18th time this season that Patrick Keegren's been hit by a pitch. He leads the league in hit by pitches, and he's a magnet once again. But now the base is loaded. Keegren at first, Otis at third, and Stewart at second. 4-1, Pickles with the lead, bottom of the 8th inning. Langworthy needing an out here to keep the Drifters in it. Tanner Griffith to the plate, left-handed hitter. First pitch to him. Taken low and away, 1-0. Hit by pitch, walk, ground out, and a sac bunt so far for Griffith. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Pickles fans are ruthless. Chirping away Taylor Langworthy. And listen to the crowd. 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Langworthy struggling to find the zone. On a total of 8 pitches, 7 of them balls. And Nate Stevens out to talk things over with Langworthy, trying to get on the same page. Langworthy in danger of locking in a run. So Langworthy, the right-hander from Clark Community College, appeared 4 times this past year.
Stevens said his piece, now returns to home plate. Your crew's going to get settled back in behind the home plate as Griffith.
So 3 balls and no strikes. Tanner Griffith. See if he's aggressive here. 3-0 pitch to him. Looked at for a strike. Nice breaking ball in from Langworthy. 3-1. Got 22 inches of vertical break on the curveball. Now looking to get back in it here. 3 balls and 1 strike. Langworthy's pitch. Outside, and that's a run. Otis in from third. Stewart over to third. Keegren over to second. So base is still loaded. Now the second run issued to Diego Correa. And now Alex Gouveia up, the 8th batter of the inning. 5-1, Pickles with the lead. Just 1 hit in the inning so far. Langworthy asked for a new pitch. The right-hander working out of the stretch. Fires the first pitch to Gouveia. This is down low, 1-0. Gouveia so far, fly out, ground into a double play. Single and a run in the 6th, and then a ground out his last time up in the 7th. Crowd's getting louder and louder as the game goes on here at Walker Stadium. 1-0. In for a strike. 1-1. Yeah, and Springfield going to have the middle of the order. 4, 5, 6 to up in the 9th inning. Team trailing by 4 so far. Going to need some work to do offensively in the 9th inning. It's a team that led by 1 going into the 5th inning, and it's been all Pickles since. 1-1 pitch from Langworthy. Up and inside. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. Pickles with 2 runs here in the 8th, 2 runs back in the 6th, and 1 run in the 5th.
2-out rally and a bunch of kindergartners yelling, "Let's go Pickles."
2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch from Langworthy. Lined over the mid of Kinsey, who's leaping at third base. It rolls down the left field line. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to come in as Keegren comes in and taps on home plate. Griffith over to third. Gouveia to second. RBI double, and it's 7-1 Pickles.
Are you doing Pickles into the conch show? That's not right. We need to hear it. Do it one time. Just a good.
It's Alan Unbury coming out, and I think he might be making another pitching change here. Takes the ball from Langworthy. New pitcher coming in for Springfield. 7-1 the score. It's the Pickles with the lead here on the Drifters live stream.
We've had a lot of weird nights. Joe, we just made a discovery. The Simpsons Blu-ray does have French subtitles, too.
Whoa.
Just in case anybody needs it.
Sweeten the deal. We have some found corrective lenses.
Ooh. I might need them.
You know, black frame and,
Corrective?
yeah. It'll improve someone's eyesight here at Walker Stadium. They say Eye Apollo on them. If you're Eye Apollo, please come to the party deck.
New pitcher in the game for Springfield is the right-hander Blake Stavros from Bushnell University. Stavros comes in for Taylor Langworthy, who couldn't even record an out. He faced off against 3 batters, allowed a hit, allowed a walk, allowed a hit by pitch. He allowed 1 run so far, no strikeouts, and 14 total pitches, and that's it for Langworthy. And now the 9th batter of the inning, Dalton Mayshore. Mayshore, the cleanup hitter today for the Pickles, comes in with 4 runs already on the board in this inning for Portland. They lead 7-1. So here's Blake Stavros. Stavros' first pitch is popped in the air, first base side. Heading towards the bleachers, and it lands foul. 0-1. Some Pickle fans starting to make their way out of Walker Stadium, looking to get out a little bit early with the sellout crowd on a Tuesday. So far, 4 runs in this inning and a 6-run lead heading into the 9th. Feeling pretty good if you're a Pickles fan right now. Stavros looking for the final out. Govea at second. Griffith at third. The 0-1. Outside, gets past Stevens, coming in from third base, and in to score is Griffith. And it's now 8-1.
Frazier, chair over your head.
But a disastrous inning.
Pickles. He was doing the wrong direction. He's Australian.
8-1 the score. Pickles now leading by 7. Langworthy, a second run credited to him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stavros misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And really just Springfield's looking for any sort of out. 7-run lead for Portland. Going to be some work to do in the 9th inning. And right now, Springfield looks gassed. 2-1 pitch from Stavros. Outside, 3-1 in Springfield. They won back-to-back games in Edmonton, and those games were 7-inning games. In fact, all the games this past weekend in Edmonton were all 7 innings, and so this is a team here in the 8th that has certainly fizzled out a little bit. 5 runs coming in already. 3-1, swing and a miss. It's 83 from Stavros, but he gets a swing and a miss from Mayshore on the fastball.
Pickles!
So 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at third. Stavros takes a breath. The payoff pitch. Popped out of play.
Hey, party deck. Coming at you.
Make a play, front deck.
So we'll do the 3-2 one more time. Pickles leading 8-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Now Stavros steps off the mound and steps back on.
Stavros asks Stevens to go through the signs one more time.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Stavros' payoff pitch. Looked at high.
Ball 4.
So the Pickles bat around. And it's now been
Next up, number 18, Britton
4 straight batters that have reached safely since the sacrifice fly by Jack Metcho. And now Britton Beeson, who led off this inning with a walk, comes up with runners on the corners. 2 outs, 8-1 the score.
For all I know, that kid's fitted out in like one of the signed raffle jerseys that their parents won or something.
So Stavros looking to just get it over the plate. Got something to be put in play for his defense that came in. 8th in the league in fielding percentage. Beeson takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1, and really that's a shocking sight. Springfield entering the series against Edmonton at the 3rd best defense in the WCL. In a span of 3 games, their fielding percentage has dropped 4 points, and they've dropped to number 8 in the league. No errors so far today. The defense has been solid. The 0-1 from Stavros. Just a little bit high. 1-1. I think the big issue today for Springfield is the walks. Walks. Certainly adding up. Hits up there as well. 8 hits, but 8 runs on 8 hits. A lot of that is due to the hit by pitches and walks. 1-1 from Stavros. Inside. 3-1. This has got to be frustrating for Alan Embry. He's already used 2 pitchers in this inning, and he's now on his 3rd. And all he's looking for is the final out. 2-1 from Stavros. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stavros back in there.
Right there. That is the kid. Somebody buy that kid a Pickles hat.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 on. Stavros takes a breath and delivers. Up and away. 3-2.
Pickles, 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 Pickles,
Pickles fans making some noise. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mayshore on the run from first. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Stavros gets a strikeout, and that'll do it for the Pickles. 5 runs come in on just 2 hits in the inning with 2 left stranded. Heading on to the 9th, 8-1 the score. Pickles leading here on the Drifters live stream.
catcher on the mound for your Pickles, number 43, Josiah Shipley.
Elijah Maris leading things off here on the top of the ninth inning. 8-1 the score. Portland with the lead. Elijah Maris, followed by Sam Weber and Nate Stevens. First pitch from the new pitcher, Josiah Shipley, misses the zone. 1-0. 8-1 the score. Pickles with the lead after a 5-run 8th inning. The 1-0, Maris takes up and inside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. So they're giving out free hats to these 2 kids that are dancing right in front of home plate. What an awesome moment. The 2-0, swing and a miss. 2-1. Really awesome stuff. Great gesture by Mike Checks right behind me. And the kids behind home plate ecstatic that they get a free Portland Pickles hat. What a memory that's going to last a lifetime for those young men. 2-1 to Elijah Maris, taken upstairs. 3-1 from Josiah Shipley. Shipley, this is his 10th appearance this season. 1-2 his record of 1.42 ERA. He's given up just 1 earned run this season in 6 1/3 innings. 3-1, swing and a miss. 3-2 to Maris. So far, 2 for 3, a home run, a single, and a ground out. Drifters looking to get 7 runs with 3 outs to work with. 3-2. Maris pops it foul.
We have a found Fanny. It is a mountain
Stays alive.
Purple. It's fuchsia.
So Springfield still 3 outs to work with to score 7 runs at least to stay in this game. And they got a new pitcher to look at after Delaney threw 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts for Delaney. Across 22 pitches. Payoff pitch. Maris takes up and in, and that's a walk. Maris stays hot at the plate. And now Josiah Shipley has a runner at first. 7th walk of the season for Shipley, who came in with 8 strikeouts to 6 walks. Brian Grant going to come out, have a little bit of a chat with Shipley after the leadoff walk. Try to calm his pitcher down. So 1 run on 6 hits, no errors defensively for Springfield. 8 runs on 8 hits, no errors defensively for Portland. So the Pickles leading thanks to that big 8th inning. Total of 5 runs and just 2 hits. It was an inning that got out of hand with a lot of walks. It took 3 pitchers to wrap up that inning, and certainly wasn't the inning that Coach Alan Embry had hoped for. But the offense starting with a leadoff walk. Sam Weber coming to the plate for the first time, and now maybe a shift into some positive territory for Springfield. Let's see if Weber can keep the streak alive. Keep the inning going, trailing by 7. Here's Weber, who's had an impressive start as a Springfield Drifter. Gresham, Oregon native, takes inside and 1-0. Weber this season for Springfield, 8 hits and 21 at-bats, a .381 batting average with the double, 2 RBIs. 1-0. Weber takes a strike. 1-1. Weber, the younger brother of Wilson Weber, the catcher at Oregon State. Sam, the younger brother, 5'11", 175 pounds, playing at Lewis Clark State College. 1-1, taken down low, 2-1. And he only appeared in 2 games this past year at LC State, scored a run, bench runner. Had a great prep career at Sam Barlow High School, where he hit .422 as a senior with a .516 on base percentage. Now a lot more action this summer with Springfield. The no batting gloves look for Weber. The traditional stance, the 2-1, a little bit high from Josiah Shipley. 3 balls and 1 strike. Springfield looking for a massive 9th inning rally. Shipley out of the stretch, the 3-1 delivery. Big hack and a big miss. 90 miles per hour, blown right past Weber. 3-2. So 8 unanswered runs so far for Portland. Still 3 outs to work with the 3-2. Looked at just a little bit low and away. So back-to-back walks to begin this inning for Springfield. And now Nate Stevens to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Stevens, his first game back with Springfield, 0 for 3 so far. Pop up, round into a double play, and another fly out. So here was Stevens looking for his first hit today. First pitch to him. Swings and misses. 0-1. Shipley blows 89 right past Stevens. Shipley, this is his first outing in 4 days. Picked up the loss against Kelowna, allowed 1 hit and was credited with the loss. Stevens swings and misses and is quickly 0-2 to him. Also walked a batter, and that was in a 6-5 victory for the Falcons. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Stevens, taken just off the edge of the plate, 1-2. Just up and away. Andrew Ghana on deck. Still, though, 3 outs to work with. Springfield's not done just yet. The 1-2 delivery. Stevens swings and misses. It's a strikeout for Shipley. Out number 1.
Number 10, Andrew Ghana.
Brings up Andrew Ghana. Ghana 2 singles and a fly out so far.
Joe, I can't wait for your playoff tattoos as well. Anatomy Tattoo's done a great job with the design work they've done for all of the promotions.
First pitch, Ghana swings and misses, 0-1. So Ghana 2 singles, a fly out so far. Well struck on the first 2 hits. See if he can keep the stick going. As Elijah Maris at second, and Sam Weber at first. No ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Ghana. Swing and misses. 89 blown right past Ghana at the low portion of the zone, 0-2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Ghana half swing. He did not go. 1-2 on a pitch up and inside. Really good pitch from Shipley, the right-hander from Beaverton, Oregon. 6'3", 235 pounds. At Clackamas Community College. 1-2. Ghana fouls it back. Stays alive. Shipley went to Westview High School, was originally committed to the College of Idaho before ending up going to Clackamas Community College. And now pitching with the Pickles this summer. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shipley's pitch to Ghana, runner on the move, taken high, and Maris slides into third safely. Stolen base for Elijah Maris, who's had himself a day. Home run, single, walk, stolen base, run scored for Maris. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ghana fouls it off and stays alive. A late swing on the 90-mile-per-hour pitch from Shipley.
Pickles!
Crowd dwindling out here at Walker Stadium. It's a late one here in Portland. Over 2 hours and 50 minutes into this game. Approaching 3 hours here tonight. 2-2, runner on the move, and Weber taken high, and Weber gets into second with a stolen base. Double play out of question now, and now a full count to Andrew Ghana. Dylan Carson standing on deck. Shipley's payoff pitch. Swung on, driven in the air towards right center field. Otis pretty deep in right field, and now Tanner Griffith dropped the ball in right field. Maris comes in to score. Ghana ends up at first base on the E9. And the Drifters still have life. Weber over to third. Ghana at first, and it's 8-2 now. So 8-2.
Which would be 10:09, which is where we're at now. Congratulations. If you took the over, you won. The over comes storming back to win this one. From way behind.
So now Dylan Karsten swings at the first pitch, lines it towards left center field. It drops down for a base hit. Sam Weber comes in to score. Andrew Ghana over to second, and the Drifters still not done yet. Trailing now by 5. So the Drifters showing some fight here tonight in Portland. Going to be a pinch hitter now. It looks like Cooper Jones is going to come in and pinch hit for Danny Womack. So 8-3 the score now. Springfield with 2 outs to work with to score a total of 5 runs and keep this one going. So this is Cooper Jones coming up to hit. Jones, the right-handed hitter from Richland High School, 265 the average this season. Jones takes outside for a strike, 0-1. Nice breaking ball that just drops in. Looked off the edge of the plate from up here, 0-1. So Jones up for the first time, 9 hits, a double, 4 RBIs this season. The 0-1, Jones, the Wazoo catcher, takes down and away, gets away from Connor Stewart. And Andrew Ghana will advance to third. Dylan Carson advances over to second. So now a chance to drive in 2 runs and bring up Gage Bruce, who would then be the tying run to the plate on deck. So the Drifters looking for an excellent finish. Trying to come from behind here in Portland. Trailing by 5. Still 2 outs to work with. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Jones. Swing and fouled off. 1-2. Jones started the season with Springfield, injured for a lot of June. Came back at the end of June and has been a consistent catcher for the club since. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Shipley. Reached for, grounded up the middle. Picking it up is Govea. The throw on the run to first. In time to get Jones. 4-3 RBI ground out. Andrew Ghana comes in from third. Dylan Carson moves over to third. And now runner at third, 8-4 the score. 2 outs though. Springfield still has 1 out to work with. Top of the order, Gage Bruce to the plate. 8-4, Pickles with the lead. First pitch to Bruce. Taken outside, 1-0. Bruce a single back in the first since that point. Fly out to center, ground out to second, and then a strikeout swinging. Top of the 9th inning. Drifters down to their final out. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Shipley just trying to wrap this one up. One ball and 1 strike. The pitch from Shipley. Fouled back. 1-2.
Everybody on your feet, Walker.
Drifters down to their final strike. Pickles fans on their feet, leading by 4. Game number 1 of the 3-game series. One ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Looked at just outside. 2-2. Pickles fans wanted that one to be called strike 3. Like a good ball or two off the edge of the plate. Fans getting restless though. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Jam shot up the middle. Charging in is Otis. He makes the catch, and that's the ball game. The Pickles hang on for the victory as they get it done in 2 hours and 57 minutes as they're able to hang on for the 8-4 victory. But Springfield showed some fight at the end. Scored a total of 3 total runs in the 9th inning. And made it close at the end. Lost it 8-4. Got off to a good start with the solo shot by Elijah Maris, his 3rd of the season. Ties Andrigana for a team high. The Drifters, offense in the middle innings, lit too sluggish in the 8th inning. Got it in a hand, 5 runs coming in for the Pickles in the 8th. That 8th inning doesn't happen. Well, I think that the 9th inning is a lot closer. 3 runs in the 9th for Springfield. Just couldn't come back. The 7-run lead too much in that 9th inning. Springfield loses it by a final score of 8-4. We'll be back in action tomorrow here at Walker Stadium. We'll be making the trip up to Portland once again and have the call for you here on the Drifters live stream. Thank you for joining us here today on the Drifters live stream. Always a pleasure to broadcast Drifters baseball on the road. We appreciate your support up here in Portland. We'll see you tomorrow. Pre-game coming around 6:45. The game at 7:05 tomorrow up here at Walker Stadium. Hope to see you guys there. I'm Knight Jarecki saying so long from Portland. We'll see you tomorrow. Drifters drop this one 8-4 in 2 hours and 57 minutes. See you tomorrow. Good night and go Drifters.